is set, and the buzz continues to build for the first ever Super Regional here at Plainsman Park. The number 4 national seed Auburn Tigers and the 13th seed Coastal Carolina meeting for the first time this decade with Lance Cormier. I'm Roy Philpott, and the Chanticleers getting set to bat, led by the impressive hard-hitting catcher Caden Bodine, who has been named a Buster Posey Award finalist as of just 24 hours ago. And on the mound for the Auburn Tigers, Sam Dutton, the LSU transfer out of Southside, Alabama.
Yeah, Sam Dutton, boy, he has settled in unbelievably well in the ace spot for the Auburn Tigers. Fastball 90 to 94, but he makes a lot of mix, right? The cutter is in there, the slider's in there. Really nice 12-6 curveball.
Chanticleers, the hottest team in the country. They've won 21 games in a row prior to tonight, and playing in the Supers for the first time since the year they won the national championship in 2016. After the first pitch strike, Bodine fouls away the second offering, and it's 0-2.
As a hitter, you better be ready to go, because you got both pitching staffs love to throw the ball over the plate, which is how you win baseball, right? So as a hitter, get in that box, be ready to pull the trigger. Bodine,
the starting catcher, leading hitter. Upstairs for ball one from Sam Dutton. And you see his numbers at 329, first team all Sun Belt this year, for a team that won the regular season title and the tournament championship in that conference. Infield a few paces back, low and away. Count evens up at 2-2. Well, record-setting crowd expected tonight at Plainsman. They've added seats over in right field, and the smoke already billowing up from the Tiger Terrace. This one, a flare into left center, and Bob Terrell, a running grab. Lance, he's just a freshman. He plays like a senior, athletic in left field.
Yeah, what do they say now? You're not a freshman anymore, but you're right. Athleticism, craziness right there. Great jump, beautiful read, and you see Bodine saying, oh, man, my man made a good play. But that's how you get the crowd going on the first batter of the game. But you're right, we have an amazing atmosphere right now. Just the crowd, the excitement, right? We saw how many, the line was just how long getting in here?
Further than the eye could see.
Right.
As we parked to get ready for this game some 3 hours ago. Alexander fouls away the first pitch. Sebastian out of Mayfield, Ohio. This crowd, it's been buzzing all week long. You jump on social media and there was talk of the right field rooftop being extended to add additional seating this weekend. It's there. An additional 200 fans have been allowed. With the lighting on top there, it looks pristine.
Well, that just shows you, right? The athletic department is listening, right? The fans start asking for it. They show up for it. And like, hey, if there's this many fans that want to come to the game, let's make another spot for them.
0-1 to Alexander, off speed on the outer edge.
That's the 12-6 curveball coming in at 71. That's the equalizer, right? Because it's so different in velocity compared to that fastball. You see a lot more fastball slider combos, but he has the 12-6 hook.
92 up and away. Now the fourth and final game of the opening day of Super Regionals. 4 more game ones tomorrow. And of course all the games in the series that started today. Game 2 in each circumstance on Saturday. Just missed 2-2.
Well, how about tomorrow, right? 8 games, 8 of the last top 16 remaining teams playing in the country. That's going to be a fun day. That's there's no lawn cares getting done. Everybody's sitting down by the TV watching some ball.
Off speed and hammered foul. Third base coach Chad Oxendine had to duck away from it at the last minute for Coastal Carolina. Well, Shot's a team that come in with momentum. They swept through the Conway Regional a week ago. A couple of wins over a very talented ECU team. And a lot of confidence on the road in the SEC. Alexander to right field, and Ike Irish tracking in front of the track. 2 away. Well, Irish transitioning from behind home plate over to right field, and certainly the bona fide leader of this team and future first-round draft pick as soon as next month, the MLB offering.
Yeah, what did he tell us yesterday? Like, I'll catch if they ask me to. He goes, I said, well, what did you prefer? He goes, I like right field. I like watching someone else have to go through that, calling pitches, blocking balls. He goes, right field, it's kind of fun just standing there until the ball comes to you.
2 up, 2 down for Blake Barthol. Fastball at 93, and Dutton is juiced to start. Junior out of Allentown, Pennsylvania. Leading power hitter this season for Coastal Carolina. He's got their 12 home runs inside for Baldwin. Joshua Shepis calling balls and strikes tonight behind home plate, leading this veteran umpiring crew. High and tight. Some blowouts we've seen today, most notably North Carolina handling Arizona 18-2, and Louisville-Miami game up in Derby City, an 8-1 win by the Cardinals. And a tie game happening out at Oregon State as we speak. Cut on and miss. That'll even the count. Oregon State Beavers have rallied late at home to tie up Florida State. 4 runs apiece. Crowd on his feet here at Plainsman. Chopped over to first, McMurray. Underhand toss to Dutton. 3 up, 3 down for Coastal Carolina. Take a deep breath and buckle up. The Auburn Super Regional. The Tigers coming up to bat is headed your way next. Home half of the first inning back on the Plains, and Auburn led by head coach Butch Thompson, year number 10. And the first time we've seen an Auburn baseball program host a Super Regional starting here tonight. Rembert, Terrell, and Irish will lead things off. Bub Terrell, a.k.a. Demarion Terrell, was the MVP of the Auburn Regional last weekend. They could not get him out 8 for 11 with 8 driven in.
Yeah, how about that, right? First time in the Super Regional, and you have 2 freshmen at the top of the lineup, leading the team, getting on, setting the table for Ike Iris and Cooper Murray.
Coastal Carolina's got some power arms, led by Cameron Flukie, a sophomore right-hander from the Garden State, and the numbers tell the story. How about basically a 6-to-1 strikeout to walk ratio?
Yeah, if you like throwing strikes, that's what you're going to see. I mean, how about a guy that's going to go deep in the ball game, right? 6 straight starts with 6 or more innings. Love to see it, man. Big, tall guy. 94 to 98 on the gun. He also has a little 12-6 curveball.
That's somewhat of a lost art, it feels like, in college ball right now.
And that's when you talk to a lot of the Auburn guys. Most of the guys they see in the SEC are fastball with the velocity, same type of stuff, but it's mostly fastball slider.
94 on the gun, with inside to even the count.
With a little arm side run. I like that.
Rembert, a freshman, his numbers compare very favorably to a number of former Auburn first-year players gone on to the bigs. Ball 2 at 347, second team All-SEC this season. And the freshman from Pensacola, Florida. Top 5 prospect at shortstop coming out of high school, according to several services. Chopped over to short. Dooley can't handle it. Leadoff man aboard for the Tigers.
Tough part about baseball, Roy, you make a pitch, right? You jam him. It's hit too softly. Dooley, only shot is to go bare hand, not able to make the play because Rembert out of the box, hustling, smelt that hit. Leadoff knock.
Well, Terrell moved up about 5 spots in Butch Thompson's batting order last weekend with good reason. 8 for 11, as we told you, the MVP of the Auburn Regional, the freshman out of Alabaster, Alabama. And a potential superstar in the making. You look at the top of this order between him and Rembert, who's standing over at first base. And a nice mix of veteran experience from last year's team that didn't make the tournament, plus some transfers, plus a talented freshman class.
Right, we have, like you mentioned, those veteran guys that didn't make the SEC tournament, right? It's got some fire, right? They come back with a little juice to fuel them to get into the postseason and do some damage. Biggest thing you'll notice about the 2 guys at the top of the lineup, the freshmen, is physicality. You start looking at that, like, if you want to come into college baseball and play early on, you better at least look the part.
And there were record-setting crowds a weekend ago in the Conway Regional for Coastal. Same thing here in Auburn, and expected again tonight. So the atmosphere something that both teams will navigate, and of course an advantage to the home squad. You got 8,000 behind you cheering in your favor. Foul tip, the ball, and 2 strikes. You see what Terrell and Ike Irish have done so far in postseason play. Ike Irish in that on-deck circle, and pay attention closely when number 18 gets ready to bat. Terrell without a sack bunt this season. Try to change that here in the 1-2.
He's a guy that's already learned how to, as the left-hander, right? You have the War Eagle wall. So he's a guy that's already learned how to wait on the ball, right? Use that wall. You see a lot of guys in Fenway Park, the right-handers go out and get the ball to hit off the green monster, knowing they don't have to get as much of it. But Terrell's a lot like that. Lefty lets that ball travel deep.
Some high heat, and the strikeout. Terrell is retired. The first strikeout for Cameron Flukie, and expect more of that tonight.
Yes. You see right there, 103 punch-outs, and just using like the size, able to pitch up in the zone right there. 95 at the top of the zone. It's so tough to not only lay off of it, but to get on top of that, and you see the frustration with Bub Terrell.
Irish switched his walk-up song once conference play started, as he came back from a fractured scapula, and that has started to take over this Auburn fan base the last couple of weeks. Another fastball at 95, and blistering pace for Cam Flukie to start. First team All-SEC. He's moved to the outfield after that injury to the scapula. And a couple of massive, mammoth moonshots hit a weekend ago. Ball 1. Last 15 games, scorching hot. Originally from Michigan, was thinking about playing in the ACC before Auburn came calling at a camp. Research Triangle Park area. Runner goes. Rembert is ruled out on the toss. Caden Bodine, one of the best in the country at protecting second base, and he shows you the accuracy and the arm strength as Rembert goes back to the AU dugout.
Well, it all starts with Flukie giving him an opportunity to throw, right? Got to be quick to the plate, but yeah, look at the transfer of Bodine. Strike, absolutely beautiful throw. And hey, yes, the hitting, yes, everything else, but the catching puts him on the Buster Posey watch list. Wow. I mean, Coach did say he is a surefire big league catcher.
He's got that vibe to him. 2 balls and 2 strikes. We talked to him yesterday. Extremely humble, extremely confident in his approach. And it assisting these Coastal Carolina pitchers. Irish to left center. Over the head of Wells Sykes. He misplayed it all the way to the wall. 13th double of the season. It comes with 2 outs for Irish.
Boy, this is a guy that loves the fastball up. It's 4-seam, it's middle, it's belt high. It's exactly where he wants it, keeps the hands in. And again, you're talking about a team, it's tough. The lights, where it's at, the time of day. You can see as a pitcher, that's tough. You think you got out of it, you got a night. You battled against their best hitter. Yeah, you gave up a laser, but all of a sudden now you look up, your guy misplays it, and you got runners in scoring position with 2 outs.
Sykes was shaded in the direction in which the ball was hit. Here's McMurray, and a monster cut as he fouls it straight back. New ballpark.
Yep.
You mentioned the time, the twilight, the sun just set.
Big practice here, and you get it, but they practice at 3 o'clock, right? It's a totally different look when all of a sudden you're out there fielding fly balls during that pre-tournament practice.
And how big was the toss by Bodine to get Rembert at second off the double moments later from Irish?
I still don't think he scores. Yeah, he's out, but I think now you have second and third just because he'd have had to hold up thinking you were going to catch it.
Got the second baseman about 10 paces back towards right field. McMurray into left field. Irish is going to be waved around home, and Auburn's on the board first. Cooper McMurray doing what Cooper McMurray does, the Kansas transfer. He goes to the opposite field.
Yeah, with just an inside-out swing, throws the hand inside the ball. The shift wins sometimes, but not this time. Cooper McMurray, a huge two-out knock, two-out RBI. That's how games are won and lost. You get Auburn on the board early.
Now standing at first, driving in Irish. That dynamic duo has been incredibly hot down the stretch. Auburn's won 9 of its last 12. And off speed from Fluky to Lucas Steele.
Even the Auburn crowd's like, ooh, that's a good pitch. He's got a, we talked about Dutton's velocity difference in his curveball. About 96 all the way down to 73 on that curveball.
There it is again, this time outside.
So that's going to be huge for him. If he's going to be in that 6th inning, 7th inning like he has been in the last 6 starts, it's going to be landing that breaking ball early and being able to get the guys out like he did Terrell with the fastball up.
Steele, the junior from Hoover, Alabama, transferred in from Sanford, a little high cheddar. Will spin away. Steele, the former 2023 SoCon Freshman of the Year. Last 11 games also been on fire. Lead catcher coming out of high school. And the 2-1. Ball 3 inside. Lancey got loud when Irish stepped on home plate.
The moment that ball got hit into the left field, Carl Nonemaker at third base had no chance he was going. He had the arm going as fast as he could.
Now temperatures in the low to mid 80s for first pitch tonight. The wind really not a factor. I mean, those flags out in left field right over the War Eagle wall have been stagnant. Towards right field the same.
What it doesn't say on that bug was muggy.
Runner gets a head start on the full count offering. It is muggy. It is
Heavy
humid,
air.
right? Already 23 pitches in for Cameron Fluky, home half of the first. And the fans are flapping, just like the wings before Irish steps into the batter's box with his walk-up music. And all the Auburn fans in attendance. Flair in foul territory right behind third base. McMurray not really known for his speed over there. He lost 30 pounds in the offseason. Well, his wrist injury started to heal in fall ball. And these are great sights and sounds we'll see all night, all weekend long here and around the country.
But you
These
mentioned
super
that for
regionals.
McMurray, though, that made him a much better defensive first baseman because he was able to move better.
Into center field for a knock. McMurray on the move, heads to third. Auburn with runners at the corners. 3 straight hits. Irish, McMurray, and now Lucas Steele.
I'm telling you, it's all going to come down to being able to get the curveball in the zone because these Auburn hitters, not afraid of the velocity, not afraid of any of that. They're going to get the bat to the ball, but you got to mix in that secondary off speed because right now the Tigers are all over the fastball.
Third straight 2-strike hit for the Tigers, and still threatening with Matt Williams, the pitching coach for Coastal Carolina's first year in Conway, on the mound to talk to Cameron Fluky. His last 3 starts, Fluky's been almost unhittable.
Right. I mean, as a coach, you've just been watching, right? He hasn't struggled, so that's the tough part, right? 7 starts since he struggled, and now all of a sudden you have to go out there and settle him down in a big-time atmosphere.
Chanticleers in terms of team ERA, strikeout to walk ratio, elite this season. So Auburn challenging all of that right out of the gate.
I mean, 4 for 5, right? The only, he's basically only gotten 1 guy out. 3 straight hits with 2 outs, 2 of them with 2 strikes and 2 outs.
Big moment early here on the Plains for Eric Snow. Junior takes outside at 96. Forsyth, Georgia, by way of South Florida. Played 2 seasons down in Tampa. In the dirt, a great block by Bodine. So some fireworks in Corvallis tonight after a couple of blowout wins earlier today to kick off the Super Regional round. One step closer to Omaha in the 1-1. Big moment early for Cameron Flukie. First team all Sun Belt and part of this elite rotation. Head coach Kevin Schnall.
When you just look at the Auburn approach, haven't swung at any off-speed yet. Right, so it's like, hey, gonna make him throw the off-speed over the plate. That was back-to-back sliders. He went with the 83-mile-an-hour slider because they're geared up for the fastball, which you should be. You need to be when the guy's throwing upper 90s, 96 mile an hour. You got to be ready for it.
And the 2-2 fastball hammered foul. Kevin Schnall taking over for the Hall of Famer Gary Gilmore, his first season as the head coach. And what a year it has been. Snow a bit late, still 2-2. Coastal Carolina, the only team in America with 51 wins. We're not even in Omaha yet. Cut on and miss, dug out by Bodine, and this side is retired. Well, the first runs allowed by Cameron Flukie all season, but 4 Auburn hits yield just the 1 run, Lance.
Yeah, the Tigers came ready to rock, baby.
Auburn, an early 1-0 lead back at the Auburn Super Regional here on the Plains with Lance Cormier, Roy Philpott, packed house, and Ike Irish scoring the first run of the night moments ago off the bat of Cooper McMurray, as Cameron Flukie had to battle his way out of that home half of the first. Walker Mitchell will lead things off for Coastal here in the top of the second inning.
Just seems fitting what you just said, right? Ike Irish scores the first run in the first Super Regional in Auburn history in Plainsman Park.
And a season he has had. Chopped over. Fabian deep in the hole. It's short. He'll make the play. Well, he had to retreat, wait on it for a moment, and fired a strike across the diamond.
Love this right here. Watch Fabian. He knows he has to get rid of it quick, and he just trusts the skip off the grass, right? Almost like it's turf. Long hop, beautiful, easy for McMurray to field that. That was well done.
Derek Fabian starting in the 6th hole again tonight. Here's Colby Thorndike, MOP of the Conway Regional last week, and he absolutely mashed with 3 home runs. First pitch strike off speed at 73 from Sam Dutton. Thorndike, a transfer out of Brunswick Community College. And we welcome those that just witnessed Oregon State walk it off against FSU in comeback fashion up in Corvallis. Welcome to the Plains. Lance Cormier, Roy Philpott, the first ever Super Regional to be hosted at Plainsman Park. Game 1 tonight, and a capacity crowd, some 8,000 strong expected, as the electricity here in Auburn, Alabama was building all week long. And the Tigers, the home team, off to a good start tonight. Cooper McMurray just drove in Ike Irish moments ago. Good start for Sam Dutton on the mound for the Tigers, as Thorndike pops up to third, and Eric Snow for out number 2. Chanticleers are one of the hottest teams in America, if not the hottest team in the land, at 21 consecutive wins. That is the longest active streak currently in college baseball.
Yeah, dating back to April 22nd. How about that? I mean, we talk about never on the losing side of things for the whole month of May. You know, talk about playing your best baseball when it matters most. Right now, Coastal Carolina is doing just that.
Yeah, if you're trying to win a national championship, it matters how you're playing late, and this is a team that certainly is checking that box. we mentioned the Tigers, first time ever hosting a Super Regional. 4 previous appearances in the Super Regional round. Tigers have won their last 2. Both of those came on the road in 2019 and 2022. So the added bonus of being able to play here at Plainsman Park, where they have added temporary seating this weekend out at the right field rooftop, and they have added several amenities in the last 18 months to make it a more intimidating atmosphere in the SEC.
We're 8 series wins at home this year, right? So it's a team that felt like, hey, if they could get into the top 8 and take care of business in the regional, the road to Omaha coming through Auburn was going to be very tough, because they felt like if they had a chance for a 2 out of 3, really good about it.
So a couple of blowouts earlier today with what North Carolina did to Arizona in the Chapel Hill Super Regional Game 1, and then Louisville handled Miami 8-1 in the Derby City, and then up in Corvallis, some late inning drama and magic for the Beavers. Ball and 2 strikes. Blagan Pato. Blagan started his career at Longwood. Transferred over to Conway. Shot clears without a base runner so far. 5 up, 5 down. Done without a strikeout. But an impressive start for the LSU transfer. And a laser beam hit towards left, deep into the night, and it's gone. And just like that, we are tied. 7th home run of the season for Blagan Pato.
It's a 1-2 fastball, Roy. He tries to go up in the zone, but it's not up enough, right? Blagan Pato jumps all over that, and it was an absolute laser. Wasn't about how far it was, just about was it high enough to get over the wall, and it surely was. Boy, that's a big pickup. You talk about an inning that could have gone sideways for Coastal Carolina in the first. 4 hits, a double you mentioned, only 1 run. Fluky making the big pitch to get out of it with 2 outs, and all of a sudden your team picks you back up. Now you got a tie ball game.
Everything about this weekend here in Auburn suggests this is going to be a very competitive Super Regional. You got 2 national seeds going toe-to-toe. Curveball is fouled away. Dooley hitting .308 this year. Has a 32-game reach streak. Last time he didn't reach base was back in late March. He's been on fire just as Coastal Carolina has been scorching hot. 0-2 to tie Dooley. Off speed, low and away. Well, you knew the 2 early games that kind of got away from us a little bit. The nightcaps, typically that trend starts to shift. Not sure why that's the case, but it's baseball. Weird things happen. We'll see what this game yields, but we're already tied here in the top of the 2nd. 4 Super Regional Game 1s today, 4 more Game 1s tomorrow, in addition to the Game 2s that will take place. Cut on and missed. Dutton records his first strikeout to retire the side. So we'll say so long to those watching on ESPN News. Now on ESPN2, just getting cranked up here on the Plains. Super Regionals presented by Capital One on a sweltering, humid evening this Friday night on the Plains. Coastal Carolina and Auburn, a pair of top 16 national seeds, knotted up at 1. Lance Cormier, Roy Philpott, and around 8,000 fans expected tonight with the temporary seating installed over in right field. Bristol Carter will lead things off. He'll get the start in center field tonight for head coach Butch Thompson. Do expect to see Cade Ballou roaming around in center before the weekend is through, as he continues to come back from a shoulder injury and also has dealt with a bit of a foot issue lately. Fluky will back you away from the plate. He's got a fastball mid-90s. The stuff is electric. was challenged in the first inning. He gave up 4 hits and fortunate to only give up 1 run.
Right, it was more of that bend but don't break, and that was huge of him to get that big out with 2 outs, because then his lineup came right back, tied up the score.
Carter to right field, Irish underneath, and on the track will make the grab for out number 1. That was Pato out there, and now the Coastal Carolina rotation, and you look at the top 3. These numbers, Lance, they compare favorably with any 3 pitchers you can present us in America.
I don't know if there's another school that feels as good about their top 3 as Coastal Carolina. Coach Schnall does with his guys. You know, that's one of those where it doesn't matter what day of the weekend it is. They feel really good that they're going to get a quality start, 24 quality starts this year, one of the tops in the country in that stat. So it feels really good.
And Jacob Morrison, who we could see tomorrow night. We don't know who it'll be for Coastal Carolina, the Sun Belt Pitcher of the Year. There's Chase Fralick, freshman out of Peachtree City, Georgia. Standout tennis player going back to his days in high school. He was actually the Georgia State Tennis Player of the Year 2 years in the prep ranks. I love the fact that you play tennis and baseball and you're a standout in both. Heck of a combo. In the dirt from Flukie. Cameron Flukie at 6'6", did play some high school basketball. Along with the other 3 pitchers we showed you in that graphic. Fralick went down to get it and sends it in foul territory. Who wants it? Thorndike is there right on top of the Auburn logo. So the winner of this Super Regional will battle the winner of the Chapel Hill Super Regional. 3 games have already gone final. Louisville, Oregon State in comeback fashion, and UNC claiming victories in game 1s of their respective supers so far.
It's a big statement right there from the boys at Chapel Hill. 18 runs, Super Regional opener.
Jake Knapp didn't have his elite stuff today either. He hasn't lost a game this year, 14-0.
Don't have to.
But he still goes 7 innings and he gives up, what, just 2?
Right.
So that was impressive.
It's a lot easier to pitch when the offense is putting up crooked numbers every inning.
Tell us about that, because you did that.
You talk about being able to relax knowing that, like the one right here, right? Dutton goes out there, 1 pitch, and all of a sudden it's a tie ball game. When your team is scoring runs like that, you know you can challenge hitters, because it's a situation where the offense is scoring runs, you have a big lead, and it helps a lot.
Fabian getting the start at shortstop again tonight. 2 balls and a strike. I mean, Coastal Carolina's played in front of big crowds this year. I mean, you're looking at a team that took 4 out of 5 against East Carolina, swept Clemson once at home, once on the road. They handled Kansas State early, NC State early. Team that was here in the Auburn Regional last week. Over to the hot corner, and Mitchell couldn't come away with it. You know, that was hot off the bat. In and out of the glove of Mitchell.
Yeah, this is a ball smoked in, right? They call it the hot corner for a reason. Not able to make the play, and this is something for Derek Fabian. You know, started off the season a little bit in a good spot. Then as the conference is going on, right, the defense has still been there, but the hitting started to kind of slow down. And so he's a guy, though, that can get streaky, get hot. And Coach Gabe Gross was like, hey, what better time than right now, maybe the last 10 games of the year, to get hot.
E5 keeps the inning alive for the home team, Auburn. And it's back to the top of the order. And Chris Rembert singled and later was caught trying to steal second.
Well, think about that first inning. He was at 12 pitches on the ball that Ike Irish hit to center field. He had to throw 20 more to get out of that inning. Let's see what happens after this, after a 2-out era.
Flukie, first team all Sun Belt.
Sounds like you're going to say that a lot about these Coastal pitchers.
You can put it on repeat. Native of the Garden State up in New Jersey. Played basketball in high school, Egg Harbor Township. And in baseball, an athletic family. Both parents played sports in college. Sister who plays softball at Iona. And now a 2-out walk. That'll be the first free pass issued by Cameron Flukie. And Auburn with runners at first and second, so again threatening with 2 outs. And it's back to Bub Terrell. Struck out in the first, a chance to do damage here. And a tie ball game. You win your Super Regional, you are headed to the Men's College World Series in Omaha. Inside, and here comes Bodine out to talk with Flukie.
I like that from your veteran catcher. Sees you. I mean, this guy has been behind the plate every start he's made. Sees what it's like. You got one of the hottest hitters in the country, regional MVP, and all of a sudden you're like 4 or 5 balls in a row. Like you can't let this get sideways now. So as a catcher, I love how he goes out there and you see the bullpen getting ready. But go out there, settle down your guy, just kind of calm it down, slow it down a little bit.
Meeting over, a ball and no strikes to Bub Terrell. Already made an incredible play in left field to start the game tonight. Backs away at a pitch in the dirt. Part of the All-SEC freshman team out of Thompson High School in Alabaster. And the MVP of a week ago here on the Plains. Fabian at second base on the inner half and a called strike at 95. We've seen Flukie at 96 so far tonight. And can go as high as 97 according to what we've witnessed so far this year for the Chanticleers. Pitch number 51 on the way.
Roy, dangerous pitch right here, 3-1. Tried to go in with the 2-1 fastball. You know, if that's where you're trying to go, you better be careful right here, 3-run to this hot hitter.
And you've got Irish in the on-deck circle. Best hitter of the season so far for Auburn. And a full count. So now both Fabian and Rembert will get a head start with 2 outs. Big moment early once again. Flukie. Here comes the heat. Inside corner and a called strike 3. And Terrell strikes out looking to retire the side.
With traffic on, you talk about making a pitch, go back to it, 95 on the black. Flukie.
The NCAA Baseball Super Regionals are presented by Capital One. What's in your wallet? Back here in Auburn, Alabama, Plainsman Park. And Ty Barango will get the start for Coastal Carolina tonight. And Ty batting in the 8-hole. It'll be Barango, Sykes, and back to the top of the order, Caden Bodine, the Buster Posey Award finalist. That was announced earlier today. And Barango, the junior from Cali. Try to simply get on base and help set the table for the top of the Chanticleers batting order tonight. He's been platooning this year, 240 with 2 home runs. Lance Cormier, Roy Philpott here at Plainsman Park. Great atmosphere, great crowd. What a first day of Super Regional action we have all witnessed around the country. And the comeback by Oregon State in Corvallis. Breaking ball that settles in low. Auburn, the number 4 national seed. Coastal Carolina, the number 13 national seed coming into the weekend. Neither team has lost a game so far in the postseason. Both sweeping through their respective regionals last week. Full count. There's something to be said about that and the momentum. And Chanticleers 121 in a row. Auburn's won 9 of 12. And handling their business here at home last week, awfully impressive and not really tested. I guess there's multiple ways to look at that. And a strikeout, Barango unable to check his swing. Second strikeout now for Sam Dutton.
Well, Dutton goes to the slider on this one, 83 mile an hour. Look at that, breaking off the plate, not able to check swing, and he does a great job of mixing the curveball as well as the slider, and gives the hitter a different look. But you're right, what it does, Roy, is it allowed both the teams to just pitch like they wanted to. Auburn only used 7 guys. Coastal didn't have to use their closer. When you're talking about getting to a regional without your closer, got to feel good.
Here's Wells Sykes. One away here at the top of the third inning. At 71, it floats across, but out of the zone to the senior from Gilbert, South Carolina, just outside of Columbia, the capital city. Sam Dutton, of course, the transfer from LSU, and we witnessed some awfully good baseball down in Baton Rouge for those 3 seasons he was there, including the national championship 2 years ago, and watching Paul Skeens and Dylan Cruz just electrify the college baseball universe. Two and one. Sykes hitting a shade under 300, batting 9th. To third, Eric Snow down to one knee. He's made plays like that this entire postseason at third, at short, and also at second base.
He made this play look so easy. It was almost like he was bored, right? The nice slide, and watch it, he's like, all right, nice, easy, and easy toss over there. I made this out. No problem.
Oh, he mentioned he transferred in from South Florida. He was the AAC Defensive Player of the Year there in Tampa, playing in that conference for 2 seasons. You can understand why.
Yeah.
As a pitcher, too, that's got to give you all kinds of confidence when a nonchalant play like that occurs. Your boys got you tonight.
Right. Well, when you're on the mound and the ball goes down the line, right, it's always a little scary, like, hey, that's going to get by him. But, boy, the slide, the pickup, gets to the feet quick, nice, strong throw. You're right. It's a huge pickup for a pitcher when you get your boys making defensive plays behind you.
Bodine, one of the top catchers in the land and a surefire MLB prospect. He's already thrown out Chris Rembert, trying to steal second. A big moment early in our first inning tonight. And we mentioned the Buster Posey Award finalist, one of just 3 catchers now at this late hour in the postseason. We have a chance to claim that award. And of course, Buster Posey, one of the all-time greats, as we remember. Fly ball to deep right field. Irish going back at the track, and Bodine gives Coastal Carolina its first lead. His 4th long ball of the season, 100 miles an hour off the bat. And Auburn now trails in postseason play for the first time in 2025.
Well, early on in this game, Sam Dutton has fallen into a 2-0 breaking ball count, and Bodine sits all over it. 73 mile an hour came in, blasted on the way out, and listen to this stat right here. Coastal Carolina, 51-4. If they have the lead at any point of the game. So they just take the lead, 51-4. That is mind-blowing.
Have you ever heard of a stat like that?
That's crazy. I mean, it's undefeated, 40-0, leading after 6. Undefeated, I mean, they get the lead after 6, for sure undefeated, but 51-4 of just getting the lead at any point in the game.
Fans have traveled in from Conway, South Carolina. Bus over a couple of days ago to support their hometown team. And Freilich went out to chat with Dutton for a moment. Now back behind home plate, Sebastian Alexander. Flight out to right field in the first. Ground ball past Snow into left field on the chopper. Back-to-back knocks for Coastal Carolina, and with 2 away, get us to the second baseman, Blake Barthol. Good piece of hitting that time from Alexander after the home run by Bodine.
If you got a guy who continues the inning. This is who you want, right? Because now you get a guy on the bases with 27 stolen bases. So now he can create a little havoc with 2 outs.
You seen anything from Sam Dutton in this frame?
The 2-0 pitch, he had done it, I think, 2 or 3 times where he was behind in the count and he flipped that breaking ball to steal a strike. But Bodine didn't let him flip it in there to steal anything.
Alexander is a threat to steal. Outstanding speed in the heart of this Coastal Carolina lineup. 27 stolen bags this season. And that is the leader in that department for the Chanticleers. 0-1 to Barthol. Runner goes. Pitch is called for a strike. Throw down to second. And he slid past the base. The tag was applied for the 3rd out of the inning. Alexander caught stealing, but the damage done at the top of the order for the Shots.
Yeah, big 2-out blast right here from the All-American Bodine. Gets Coastal ahead early, 2-1.
Fire it up.
The all-new Dragon Flame Grilled Whopper is here at BK. Bold, juicy, flame grilled, and ready for adventure. Experience a new kind of flame at Burger King. How to Train Your Dragon, coming to theaters June 13th.
Clorox Sentiva cleans like Clorox. Smells like grapefruit. Feels like trusted clean, long-lasting freshness. Clorox Sentiva.
In your neighborhood, there's a place so good. It's so nice to be at a store meant for me.
All natural chicken hindquarters are just 99 cents a pound. Deli shaved ham is only $4.98 a pound. Capri Sun or Kool-Aid jammers are just $2.48. Sara Lee buttered bread is 2 for only $5.
Welcome to Fairway, your Fairway family.
Experience Employee Pricing Plus at Woodhouse Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. Take advantage of exclusive pricing on our full lineup, like the confident and capable new Jeep Grand Cherokee. Serving our customers since 1991. This is Woodhouse.
Get a taco to go plus a big Q for $2.99.
Taco to go, taco to go. Taco to go, taco to go. Taco to go, taco to go. And a big Q and a big Q. Taco to go, taco to go.
QT, more than a
Taco.
Now the Stars are out back on the plains. Janai Broome, one of the top players in America a year ago as he helped lead Auburn to the Final Four. Tim Hudson, newly elected in the Hall of Fame for the Oakland Athletics. And how about the head coach, Bruce Pearl? He's probably recruiting right now as we speak. 2 Final Fours in his tenure over at Neville Arena. What an outstanding job he's done. They were here last weekend, taking in the action, the Auburn Regional. But right now there is work to do for Ike Irish and company, trailing 2-1. Lance Cormier, Roy Philpott, Ike Irish scored the first and only run of the game so far tonight for the Tigers. Nothing in 2 to Irish, who figures to be a first-round draft pick next month in the upcoming MLB draft. Now a 12-game hitting streak. We talked about it earlier tonight, Lance. He had the fractured scapula early part of the season, was scuffling before the injury, then transitioned into the outfield after the injury. Hammers this one, and the ballpark's going to hold it. Drifting over from his center field spot is Wells Sykes for a very loud first out. And remember, NCAA Super Regional coverage continues this weekend across ESPN, ESPN2, ESPN Plus. For more information, visit ncaa.com. Home for all 90 NCAA championships. Off the bat, it was loud, but the ballpark holds it there in the canyon area of Plainsman, where there's a lot of real estate open.
A lot of real estate. You better be a strong man to go out that way. Now, Ike is a strong man, right? But still, you got to hit it good.
Cooper McMurray drove in Irish. That run-scoring single in the first inning. 3:32 now on the season, and he will see a massive shift from the right side of the infield. Flukie delivers. He's got the lead for the first time in this game. Off speed evens the count. second baseman Barthol playing about 15 paces deep into right field. Lay off the high heat at 95. Here's Barthol.
Well, you're seeing Flukie settle in a little bit, right? You got punched in the gut early on in the first inning, and then all of a sudden, a couple home runs by your team, and now you feel good. Now he looked to me on attack mode, using the fastball much better than he did in that first inning.
Now the velo is high. The pitch count is high, too.
Right. You're talking, how about this? 30, he's at 60. 30 of those 60 came after the Ike Irish, which looked like it was going to be an out, and then the second inning, Derek Fabian 2-out error. He's thrown 30 extra pitches the defense has made him throw.
Yeah, pitch was lined over the head of the center fielder, Wells Sykes. And a strike call on McMurray. He was getting ready to trot down to first base.
Oh, man. That's probably as far as you're going to see the zone go.
Joshua Shep is calling balls and strikes behind home plate this evening. So instead of 1 out and a runner at first, a full count now to Cooper McMurray. In with the shift, sends it back foul. Now the 7th pitch of the at-bat coming. Auburn has the number 4 national seed that ties for the highest seeding in school history. Payoff pitch again, off speed, it stays high. And so the walk issue to McMurray. Second of the game, tossed by Flukie. I mean, these two teams just trading punches to start. You can feel it up here in our broadcast position.
That's what it felt like. That just watching practice, you're going to go, all right, these two teams are both ready to play, right? They're coming in both confident, feeling really good about where they're at on the mound and at the plate. And then that's all we've seen so far, right? Guys going right at guys, but the hitters have been ready and locked in.
Pitch 64 from Cameron Flukie in the dirt. 2-1 lead for the Chanticleers, the Sun Belt champions. And Steele tonight with the knock in his first plate appearance. First season on the Plains after beginning his career at Sanford, right up the road in Birmingham. Outstanding player in the SoCon. Steele. Way in the air. And towards right center, retreating is Sykes. And at the track, hauls it in. Kevin Stahl, head coach of the Chanticleers, set to join us coming up in our next inning, the top of the 4th, his first season as the head man. But really, you look back over the course of his career, longtime assistant and associate head coach with the Shots, and was there in 2016 after he returned from a brief hiatus as a 3-year assistant coach at UCF. He came back right away to win a national championship. And then after Gary Gilmore retired, the Hall of Famer, he stepped in and has been at the controls this year. 51 wins later, I would say he is, I don't want to suggest ahead of schedule, but
right.
What a start.
I agree. I mean, you're talking about a guy who's been locked in, right? Yesterday, our talk with him, it was like this man was ready to go. Saw him today, same exact spot.
Low and away for ball 2 to Eric Snow. Slick fielding third baseman. I mean, that slide right by the bag at third 2 frames ago, silky smooth. Maybe even stepped on third base on the delivery towards first. He was right by the bag. Didn't matter. Didn't hesitate. Strike 1. If you're playing baseball this late in the season, too, your defense, right? I mean, for the most part, it's going to be elite.
You think? How about this? Sunday, regional final. West Virginia makes 5 errors against Kentucky, and they still win the ballgame.
How?
I don't know. That had to be the most errors made by a regional champion that I can think of.
That was in Clemson, the regional
right.
that you called last weekend. Outside, and now Auburn, a tying run in scoring position. 2 away with runners at first and second. The second walk issue by Cameron Flukie tonight here in this frame, and 3 overall the game.
Well, 2 outs has been his bugaboo. It's one of those things where once he gets 2 outs, the mindset is not continue to stay locked in, because you've had really quick 4 straight balls and then right there a 5-pitch walk. 2-out walks are things that coaches stress, right? Because it extends an inning, gives you another chance, right? It also helps the lineup flip over. But games are going to be won and lost with 2 outs. Both teams right now are swinging the bat hot with 2 outs. But you start giving the team the extra outs with those 2-out walks. It's going to be tough.
Bristol Carter, the transfer from East Carolina. 2024 All-AAC team as a freshman. Or that freshman squad. East Carolina team that Coastal eliminated last weekend in the Conway Regional. Head coach Cliff Godwin. He had some things to say this week on social media, and understandably so.
Yes. Scrappy little team right there.
We saw them down in Tampa win the AAC tournament championship. They were very impressive.
Came out of nowhere. Where they, I think the 6th seed down there in Clearwater.
And dribbled foul. Meanwhile, UTSA, Pat Hallmark, they didn't win that tournament. They didn't need to. They made it as an at-large, and they're in the Supers out on the West Coast.
Hey, you can either win the conference tournament or the regional. Let's take the regional.
Good call by you. Ball and 2 strikes. Cameron Fluke with 3 strikeouts. And the curveball misses low and away, so a full count. Check it 2-2. He's walked 3 of the last 6 hitters he's faced.
Biggest thing, though, is he's getting the out when it matters most and not giving up the runs.
Served to second. Barthol, an easy play to retire the side, and the Tigers strand a pair in the bottom of the 3rd inning. Coastal Carolina 2-1 lead. We are through 3.
The new How to Train Your Dragon menu is now at BK. Get it before it disappears. Ooh, toothless. Bold, tasty, and dangerously delicious. How to Train Your Dragon. Coming to theaters June 13th.
Dear unbreakable spirit, when the terrain is gnarly, you steady us. When obstacles are ahead, you lift us. When the turf is hostile, you inspire us. Own a legend. Toyota Trucks. Toyota has the best resale value of all brands according to Kelley Blue Book's KBB.com. Find yours at Toyota.com. Toyota. Let's go places.
Now. The John Wick franchise keeps fighting. Rated R.
Great game brewing back on the Plains. 2-1 Coastal Carolina leading Auburn with Lance Cormier, Roy Philpott, the head coach. The Chanticleers, Kevin Schnall, his first season leading the charge there in Conway. Coach, a great start for your club tonight. Caden Bodine at the top of the order, the home run. You got the lead. He's been so impressive this year. What makes him so special?
Oh, he's a pro. He's a pro, and I'm fortunate to be able to have a front row seat to watch that guy every day, and we're going to sorely miss him.
Well, Coach, Cameron Fluke, 3 walks in his last 4 starts. He has 3 tonight. Are you seeing anything mechanically going wrong with him?
Well, I think that's the advantage of being a top 8 seed. We've walked 3 guys, and we've made 2 defensive mistakes. Both defensive mistakes led to 28 extra pitches, a run, a mound visit. So that was costly, very uncharacteristic of what this team's been about. But, you know, this is an electric crowd, and we've just got to settle down and play baseball.
Coach, appreciate the time. Best of luck rest of the weekend.
All right, guys. Thanks so much.
Kevin Schnall, head coach, Coastal Carolina, as Barthol fouls away the first pitch he sees from Sam Dutton. Coastal Carolina leading here at Plainsman 2-1. Battle of top 13 national seeds, if you will, with the shots coming in at number 13, Auburn at number 4. Into left field, leadoff man aboard for Coastal Carolina, and the first hit of the night for Blake Barthol.
Good piece of hitting right here. Just a fastball out over the plate. Does a nice job inside out. We've seen a couple inside out swings already today. Love how Coach Schnall recognizes how his players are, the greatness of getting to sit there and not only coach Bodine, but also getting to watch it, right? You're a coach, you're a fan of the game, and getting to watch guys that are truly good at their craft.
There's Walker Mitchell. Runner at first, squares to bunt, takes low and away. Well, we talked to Kevin Schnall yesterday extensively down on the playing surface here at Plainsman, and we asked him a question about Coach Gary Gilmore and how he helped construct the culture in Conway. And his fingerprint's still all over this program. The Hall of Famer retired after last season. They won the championship in 2016, the national title. Kevin Schnall, part of that staff, and he remembers what it takes. And you watch his team play, there's a grit to the shots this season that reminds you a lot of what transpired in 2016.
Yeah, there's a lot of times coaches will say, hey, this is what it takes. This is what it takes, right? And you look back and go, well, how do you know, Coach? You haven't been there, right? Well, these guys can say that. He's been a part of a national championship program and knows exactly what it takes to not only get to Omaha, but to get it done there.
Mitchell, a sophomore from Lexington, South Carolina. Good take makes it ball 2. Number 5, Shauna Clears, was the one player that we heard about more than maybe any other, kind of under the radar this week. And we asked Coach Schnall, who's kind of been the unsung hero? And he pointed to third baseman Walker Mitchell. Caden Bodine said the same thing, just how things have kind of worked in his favor back half of the schedule. Ball 3 to Mitchell. He'll step away for a moment. And let's see what Sam Dutton is going to do here on the mound. Barthol over at first base. 12 stolen bases this year. This Coastal Carolina team, an athletic bunch. They'll apply pressure when they can, especially with Alexander and Barthol. They've combined to steal nearly 40 bases this year. Crowd here on its hands for the moment, trailing for the first time this postseason. Sam Dutton now with a 3-1. Fly ball to left. Bub Terrell underneath. Call off his center fielder, Bristol Carter, for the first out of the inning. Terrell, a diving catch in the first inning over in left field. He had to move inwards to the bag at second on the run. And with one away now, runner remains at first base for Thorndike.
One of the things I didn't expect to happen, but it definitely hasn't, is the way Coastal has come in to Auburn, right? You're knowing it's going to be an electric crowd. Oh, you've mentioned almost 8,000 when you put in the parking garage, the War Eagle wall, the new rooftop, all the things that they've done to get more people in here. Coastal has taken that first punch and delivered their punches and look as comfortable as they can be.
To shallow left center, and that's going to get down in that Bermuda Triangle. Another knock for the Chanticleers. And right in front of Bub Terrell. Base hit for Thorndike. He's now 1 for 2. And racing over to second base is Barthol.
Yeah, how about this little flop shot? Man, that ball is just hit in a perfect place. You mentioned the Bermuda Triangle. They cannot get to it. Fabian had the best shot, couldn't do the over-the-shoulder grab, and Coastal Carolina, 2 guys on now, got something going again.
Your mind, how difficult is it for a team out of the Sun Belt to come into the SEC's backyard and at least start this game the way that they have? Keep in mind, they've won 21 in a row, and they've beaten a lot of Power 4 conference teams already.
Well, that's the biggest thing, right? It's scheduling and playing the Power 4 conferences on the road at their place, like you mentioned, at Clemson, and even East Carolina. That's a place you've already mentioned they've won at. Look, that's an atmosphere that rivals a lot of SEC, ACC, big-time programs, places. So they're accustomed to that. They believe they belong is another big thing. You know, teams that don't necessarily believe they belong, they come there, they get shell-shocked. Not Coastal Carolina.
There's Blagan Pato. Homered in the second, put Coastal Carolina on the board, and that tied it up at 1. 264 now in this campaign. And a First pitch strike settles in from Sam Dutton. Pato has now reached in 13 straight after that solo blast in the second. To the backstop, off the carom, both runners will advance, and Fraley couldn't do anything with it. Well, the ball got back to Auburn's catcher in a hurry. By that time, Barthol was already halfway down towards third, and Thorndike was standing at second base.
Yeah, watch when he gets it. You see the ricochet, but then he's on the wrong side of the umpire, and he has to go turn his whole body. Smart play by not trying to rush the throw. A lot of times guys want to make plays, but he does a good job of putting that ball in the back pocket.
The wild pitch puts two in scoring position now for the Chanticleers. Another big moment for Pato. From Haymarket, Virginia. Ball two. Hot night in Auburn. Blagan Pato majoring in applied physics, beginning his baseball career at Longwood. And another shot to left field. Bob Terrell did not move, and the ball is gone. A three-run jack, his second long ball of this game. .423 feet later, 5-1 Chanticleers.
Yeah, lean back, big fella. War Eagle wall, no problem. Look at, he's a little shocked right there after he hit that ball. The solo, now the three-run shot. That's gotta feel good.
And now meeting on the mound for Auburn as Everett Tiefer trots out of the Tigers dugout. Well, Bub Terrell knew right away, standing over there in left field off the bat, it sounded different than even the first home run he hit earlier.
Well, the launch angle a lot better, got up. You knew that one was over the wall, no questions asked. But something about Dutton, the last 4 starts, it's 20 in the third innings, 25 hits, 18 runs. And watch Terrell, doesn't even move.
Big time early flex for the Sun Belt champions on the road in the SEC. A 5-1 lead after Auburn struck first in the first inning. Pato now with his 3rd home run in postseason play and his 2nd tonight.
At that point, right before that at bat, the Coastal crowd started getting a little chant going. Auburn's fans started to try to fight back with it. But Plato was able to quiet the crowd with that big swing.
Carson Myers getting loose in the Auburn bullpen. Everett Tiefer back into the AU dugout. Still just 1 away for Ty Dooley. Well, the shots tonight, all of their runs scoring via the home run. 2 by Pato and the blast by Bodine. Ty Dooley started his career at Radford before transferring to the beach.
Notice it now, Roy. First 2 innings, the fastball from Dutton had a little bit more life, getting in on the Coastal hitters, and he was able to flip the breaking ball. Now, after the home run from Bodine, the breaking ball almost seems non-existent. He's going more toward the slider and the changeup, so he's having to adjust his pitching. You know, a lot of times, right, you go into the game plan and you don't adjust until the hitters make you adjust. Well, he's obviously had to adjust after giving up these 5 early runs.
Already 17 tossed here in the 4th inning. A brand new game with Coastal Carolina out in front. Full count to Dooley. Ty making his 150th start for the Chanticleers this evening. Mainstay in this program. And the payoff again. Called strike 3, and Dooley thought about offering on a pitch that floated across the heart of the plate from Sam Dutton. So 2 away. Back to Ty Barango, hitting 8th. And this crowd that erupted in the first inning, waiting to re-erupt if Dutton can get out of this frame and get his offense back up, and they start to catch fire again. It's an Auburn offense down the stretch that averaged right at 11 runs per game. Back to the start of last weekend's regional. One to Barango. Now 0-2. Sam Dutton with 3 strikeouts so far tonight. Barango was strikeout number 2, his first plate appearance. And slicing foul. What a start for Coastal Carolina. NCAA tournament that has already seen a large number of upsets. The top 2 national seeds bowing out before the super regional round starting today. It was last weekend where Vanderbilt, the number 1 seed, ousted in the Nashville regional. Texas, the number 2 national seed, sent packing in its hometown in Austin. And the 2 highest seeds remaining, Arkansas at number 3, Auburn at number 4. Outside from Dutton at 90 miles an hour.
Barango has laid off 2 pitches that have been like, you talk about a guy seeing the ball and knowing the strike zone. 1 in, 1 away, spits on him like it's nothing.
And the 0-2 slap foul. Good grab over there by third base coach Chad Oxendine. Now 6 pitches in, make it the 7th pitch of the AB for Barango. Upstairs with a fastball and another full count.
Great approach. I mean, laying off the tough pitches, making him throw, and now 3-2. Coastal Carolina's been all over the fastball when they've been in a hitter's count.
3 hits so far in the inning for Coastal Carolina, and now the walk issued to Ty Barango.
Well, you see, right? I mentioned all over the fastball, and so he goes 3-2 breaking ball, and there's just not a comfort level there, rushing that ball and leaves it up.
And that'll be the first night, or the first walk of the night issued by Sam Dutton, Lance. And it brings us back to Wells Sykes. Awfully quiet on the Plains to start for a team hosting its very first Super Regional. Tigers have been to the College World Series going back to the late 60s. Most recently in 2022 and 2019. Those wins in the Super Regional rounds, which started back in 1999, coming on the road for the Tigers. First pitch strike to Wells Sykes. Now, Wells has seen a lot of action in center field to start this evening, hasn't he?
He sure has. One he would like to maybe redo, but again, it was able to not hurt the team as much as it could have.
And that clipped him. Sykes will be awarded first base, and this is a team that leads the country in the hit by pitch department, Lance.
Well, Coach Schnall talked about, he goes, we're not leaning in, but we're definitely not getting out of the way. And you can see right here, is that 166 on the year? When you put together with their walks, and you see why they have an on-base percentage of .411 as a team.
There's the number. I mean, that is a crazy number of times to be hit by a pitch in one season.
I loved how he joked with us at the beginning. He goes, yeah, we set up a machine and we get... I'm just kidding, guys.
It's almost like a scene cut out of Happy Gilmore. They don't do it that way, but they do have a certain level of toughness about their program. And for Sam Dutton, his night will come to a close. First call to the bullpen for the Auburn Tigers. We'll tell you about the new pitcher coming up.
The new How to Train Your Dragon menu is now at BK. Get it before it disappears. Oh, toothless. Bold, tasty, and dangerously delicious. How to Train Your Dragon. Coming to theaters June 13th.
Experience employee pricing plus at Woodhouse Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. Take advantage of exclusive pricing on our full lineup, like the confident and capable new Jeep Grand Cherokee. Serving our customers since 1991. This is Woodhouse.
All I wanted to do was help kids and families. Bank of America was just so important with getting things started.
I feel we are growing together with Bank of America.
Had the opportunity to meet with Bank of America. That's what lifts communities like ours.
What would you like the power to do? Bank of America. Contact one of our local business specialists at bankofamerica.com/local business.
In your neighborhood, there's a place so good. It's so nice to be at a store meant for me.
80% lean ground beef is just $4.88 a pound. Athena melons are only 99 cents a pound. Lay's kettle cooked chips or rolled gold pretzels are just $2.88. Tyson chicken is only $6.98.
Welcome to Fairway, your Fairway family.
Chris Budden, thank you very much. Back here in Auburn, congratulations to the Longhorns, and the Oklahoma Dynasty, at least for one season, takes a hiatus in the quest for the 5-peat for Patty Gasso. The Texas Longhorns win the national championship and the Women's College World Series in OKC. Carson Myers, a transfer from UAB, now on the mound for Auburn. The Tigers, the home team here, trailing 5-1, Lance.
Yeah, you're talking a fastball slider combo, and your job right now is to lock it down. Coastal Carolina is comfortable in the box. It seems like they're right on everything Samuel Dutton was throwing, barreling all the balls up, but still a lot of game left. The lefty has a shot, right? He's the guy who can pitch deep into the ball game, can be the bridge to the back end of the bullpen, but he has to be able to hold this right here with only the 4-run deficit.
Oh, the walk issued to Barango. Sykes was hit by a pitch, and it's back to the top of the order. And the top hitter in the Coastal lineup, the catcher, Caden Bodine. First pitch swinging into foul territory and angling right against the netting. And a long first strike for Bodine. And we talked to Caden yesterday, and we asked him the question. You're a very humble star for your program, kind of a microcosm of what Coastal Carolina baseball is all about. I said, where did it come from? He said, my parents, mom and dad, they're both teachers, raised me the right way. Feels very strongly about his role with this team and with his head coach. Served into left center field for a base hit. Rounding third is Ty Barango, and coming home to make it 6-1, Chanticleers. Bodine is 2 for 3, and now has driven in a pair of runs for Coastal Carolina.
Well, Roy, in the postseason, your stars have to be your stars, and this is what we're seeing right here with Coastal Carolina. The others first catcher preaches it. Goes out there and shoots a shot right up the middle. Another RBI, first to third, Coastal.
Bodine is driven in 2. You got Sykes over at third base. Runners at the corners, 2 outs for Alexander. Ninth man to hit in this inning for the Shots. And Lance, Coastal Carolina now with 7 hits tonight. Myers out of the bullpen, booted rudely by Bodine. Runner goes on the throw that came in low, and now a run down between home plate and third, and Sykes will be tagged out by Fralick right over the top. It was awkward, and Sykes remains down on the dirt. And the run down with the tag over the top. Shots.
The new How to Train Your Dragon menu is now at BK. Get it before it disappears. Oh, toothless. Bold, tasty, and dangerously delicious. How to Train Your Dragon. Coming to theaters June 13th.
Discover confidence, comfort, and class in your new vehicle from Woodhouse Buick. View our inventory and offers in-store or online at WoodhouseBuickGMC.com. Woodhouse Buick GMC. We are professional grade.
All I wanted to do was help kids and families. Bank of America was just so important with getting things started.
I feel we are growing together with Bank of America.
Had the opportunity to meet with Bank of America. That's what lifts communities like ours.
What would you like the power to do? Bank of America. Contact one of our local business specialists at bankofamerica.com/local business.
Sunshine came softly through my window today. When you've made your mind.
Park, 6-1 our score. The Chanticleers erupting. The strength of 3 home runs early. Lance Cormier, Roy Philpott. McMurray drove in 1 in the first, bringing home Ike Irish. And if you're an Auburn fan watching, you're disappointed with the start. You got a lot of baseball left. If you're Coastal Carolina, this is what you've been doing since late April.
Absolutely.
And we were expecting to touch base with Butch Thompson, the head coach of the Tigers. We are told he has been battling a bloody nose tonight and has had to make his way back behind the Auburn dugout several times early in this game. So we certainly hope he's feeling better later we get here.
But
and
Roy,
now the Tigers back up to bat with Chase Fralick.
I mean, you're right? They haven't lost since April 22nd. It's a team that feels like they belong no matter where they're at. Already mentioned today, 51-4 at any point in the game if they have the lead. So you have one of your 3 aces on the mound. So, yeah, feeling really good.
Inside out swing and a fair ball down the left field line. Fralick, big turn at first base and on his horse. A leadoff double for the Tigers.
Well, another inside-out swing right here. Sees a lot of balls going the other way. Some good piece of hitting. Ooh, shoot that down the line right there. A little double for Chase Fralick. You mentioned the crowd had been so good, and then all of a sudden Coastal's bats had silenced it. It's almost like they really need some kind of energy in this inning to get them fired back up.
Bottom of the 4th, a 6-1 ball game. 12-6 on the curve. It's out of the zone. Derek Fabian. It'll be back to the top of the AU lineup after Fabian to deep right field in front of the track. Pato has it. Tagging from second, and Fralick will reach third base without a throw. Oh, heads up base running by the freshman catcher. We told you about Butch Thompson moments ago in that dugout, and you can see he was holding that nose to make sure everything was staying where it needed to stay there, Lance.
Oh, he took a, I don't know what happened, right? ball from Fabian, I thought had a little bit more juice to it.
There have
Sounded
been a
good,
couple of balls
right?
tonight that have had that sense, and there is no breeze. We've talked about that. The air is pretty thick with that humidity, and it doesn't feel like, at least for Auburn so far, it's been flying out of the park the way that it has so far this postseason. In the dirt to Chris Rembert for ball 2. Tigers do have 2 come from behind wins this season, trailing by 5. We saw an incredible comeback by Oregon State right before the first pitch here tonight. 2-1.
Yeah, Beaver scored, what, 3 in the bottom of the 9th and 1 in the bottom of the 10th? 3 to tie it, 1 to win it in the bottom of the 10th?
It's interesting what Florida State decided to do as well. Link Jarrett, of course, the skipper. Jamie Arnold not getting the start today in game 1. And now you have him game 2 in a must-win contest tomorrow, you would think, in Corvallis.
Well, I mean, you're feeling good that you have him on the mound, right? But Valenti did everything he needed to do. I mean, you held Oregon State to 1 run through basically 8 2/3 of play.
3 balls and a strike to the freshman Chris Rembert. Starting second baseman once again tonight for Auburn. And another shot to right field, retreating. Pato is there at the track. And tagging from third is Fraley. So Auburn gets a run back to make it 6-2. And a quality AB at the top of the Tigers batting order. RBI number 46 for Rembert this season. Lance, you get the sense from that Auburn perspective, you don't have to get it all back at once. You're trying to chip away at it, and that run is pretty important to try to build some momentum against a Coastal team that has stolen all of it these last 3 innings.
And that's it. Just play the game the right way, right? Do what you need to do. Get the run in when you can. That's the type of player Chris Rembert is.
Bub Terrell has struck out twice. Another freshman at the top of the order. We'll tell you, there is some heat lightning off in the distance behind right field that's got the fans chattering a little bit. And the 0-2 right back to Fluky. It should be an easy play. Tigers get 1 run back, and through 4 innings, Coastal Carolina a 6-2 lead here at Auburn.
Fire it up. The all-new Dragon Flame Grilled Whopper is here at BK. Bold, juicy, flame grilled, and ready for adventure. Experience a new kind of flame at Burger King. How to Train Your Dragon, coming to theaters June 13th.
Discover the epitome of luxury at Infinity of Omaha. The 2025 Infinity QX80 is where power meets sophistication, with a commanding presence, luxurious interior, and cutting-edge features. Visit us online at infinityofomaha.com today.
If it's summer, Frank's got you covered with these sizzling deals at Fairway. This week, Ruffles are just $3.88. Blue Ribbon Classics bars are only $4.99. Capri Sun or Kool-Aid Jammers are just $2.48. Whole seedless watermelon is only $5 each. Fairway, sizzling savings all summer long.
All I wanted to do was help kids and families. Bank of America was just so important with getting things started.
I feel we are growing together with Bank of America.
Had the opportunity to meet with Bank of America. That's what lifts communities like ours.
What would you like the power to do? Bank of America. Contact one of our local business specialists at bankofamerica.com/local business.
UFC 316 headed your way Saturday night with both bantamweight belts on the line. The prelims begin at 8 Eastern on ESPN, ESPN Deportes, and ESPN Plus in both English and Spanish. The main card follows at 10 Eastern on pay-per-view. You can buy it at espnplus.com/PPV. Lance Cormier, Roy Philpott back at Plainsman Park. Game 1 of this Auburn Super Regional. And Coastal Carolina, the visitors, and the Sun Belt champions. A 6-2 lead. Sebastian Alexander batting second tonight will lead things off. 2, 3, and 4 due up first for the Shots. Kind of a wild, chaotic start this evening. Auburn struck first, and then Coastal has battled back a strength of 3 home runs. And the Shots nearly batting around in the last inning. Alexander leads Coastal. Runs scored, runs driven in. Stolen 27 bags this year. The OPS at 957. Senior out of Mayfield, Ohio. Alexander pops it up. And Rembert will make easy play for the first out.
I like that pitch right there, Roy. Fastball in, and Dutton did it early. Established the fastball in, but he got away from it, and then all of a sudden that's when Coastal started leaning out over the plate, getting the arms extended on his fastball. So Myers has to establish his fastball in because he's got a good one, especially into those right-handed hitters.
1 up, 1 down for Blake Barthol. Now remember, the Super Regionals, it's the best out of 3. So even with a loss tonight by either side, we're back here tomorrow at 3 o'clock Eastern for Game 2. All the games that started today in the Super Regional round. This is the 4th and final contest of the night. Game 2's in all Super Regionals tomorrow. So it's a full weekend of college baseball. Really, it's one of the best weekends of the year, considering the teams that are left. You know, they all have a chance to win a championship, a national title. Barthol slams it foul. It's an Auburn team that did not make the NCAA tournament last year. Butch Thompson has talked about it with us the last 2 weeks, how the administration, fan base, their support, NIL, and everything else that's happened, able to bring back the core group of their players from last year's team, including a player like Ike Irish, plus the transfers, plus the freshmen coming in. And the end result has been the number 4 national seed.
Right, great mix. I mean, Irish was a guy that you name the school, they would have said absolutely here. You know, what would it take to get you there? But he stuck it out with his boys here and the senior Cooper McMurray, and then, like you mentioned, a couple of transfers, sprinkle in a outstanding recruiting class coming in, and guys that not only were good players but were ready to play the moment they walked on campus.
Yeah, this late hour in the season, now in the postseason. The first-year guys don't feel like freshmen. First strikeout for Carson Myers. A big day for North Carolina in the ACC, the 18-run outburst. Arizona had chances early, left them loaded to the first 4 innings. Louisville, 8-1 win against Miami. In the comeback in Corvallis. Gavin Galler,
I mean, look at those numbers in the postseason. 17 of 23. That's laughable. You know, everybody says video game numbers. I don't even know if we're that good on video games anymore.
Yeah, Jensen Lewis and Eric Freed talked to him post-game, and it's just one of those situations. You are so hot. If you're the skipper, you don't even want to talk with him.
No.
Let him do his thing. You don't want to mess it up.
Just keep penciling that name in.
Gallagher, he
or actually sharpieing it.
Yeah, you're not changing anything there. Even a hint of a change. Walker Mitchell. Ball and a strike. And he has bounced back from injuries. Assume that spot over at third base. Fly ball to left field. Bub Terrell is there in that corner, right near the track. Hauls it in, and a 1-2-3 frame for Carson Myers. It's still 6-2.
The new How to Train Your Dragon menu is now at BK. Get it before it disappears. Oh, toothless. Bold, tasty, and dangerously delicious. How to Train Your Dragon. Coming to theaters June 13th.
For 25 years, Greg Young Automotive Group has been your trusted hometown dealer. And now we're giving back. To celebrate, we're giving you a 5-year complimentary maintenance package with every new or used vehicle purchase. With a massive inventory, top dollar for your trade-in, and a commitment to exceptional customer service, it's no wonder why people keep coming back.
Greg Young, we go the extra mile for you. Time to be alive.
6-7-1 for Coastal Carolina, 2-5-0 for the Auburn Tigers. And a 4-run advantage. The Garden State Battery on full display so far tonight with Cameron Flukie and Caden Bodine leading the charge for Coastal Carolina. Flukie has scattered 5 hits so far, yielding just the 2 runs, and Ike Irish set to lead things off. Home half of the 5th inning, Lance Cormier, Roy Philpott. This capacity crowd waiting to erupt once again, but Coastal Carolina, bad intentions on the road and a great start for the Chanticleers. Irish is 1 for 2. We talked to him at length yesterday, Lance, and even a week ago for the start of the Auburn Regional here. We asked him what it was like to bounce back from last season, where losing record in conference play, you don't make the NCAA tournament. He said, you have to remember, my last 2 years in high school, it was 87-1. Like, we did not lose. So he wasn't used to it. And a fly ball towards center field. Ike Irish does it again. A monster shot to straightaway center. And the Irish family in the house, his dad, Jeff, filming home run number 19. And here come the Tigers.
Leroy mentioned it earlier. He loves the 4-seam fastball up. One of the best hitters in the country with that. Look at that. That ball is letters. And he drives it. Yeah, look at Dad gets all of it. Not missing a beat. Enjoying every last moment. Because, yeah, this is his last time here in Plainsman Park. The future first-rounder, Ike Irish.
That is what a first-round draft pick swing looks like. I mean, since the injury, was untouchable.
We just saw that 8 home runs in his last 16. I mean, Cameron Flukie's a guy with a very good fastball up to 96 we've seen tonight. It's still been up there, so it's holding that velocity, and that ball was at his letters, and he squared that ball up dead center. You always hear the term, hit it where it's pitched. Right up the middle, he shoots it right back up the middle. It's a strong man.
Now, 2 years ago in this ballpark, Auburn, as a host in the regional round, went 0-2. Irish on the roster, so his first postseason wins coming last weekend. And a moment for the Tigers, now only trailing by 3. No one out against Cameron Flukie in the 5th inning, and Flukie now at 92 pitches.
Yeah, that's been the biggest thing. We've already talked about how many extra pitches. Even Coach Schnall talked about it.
And McMurray strikes out looking, the punch out for Flukie. And that'll be his 4th of the game.
You always want to see how a guy's going to answer back after a home run, right? Especially in a big moment. This is kind of that spot where you're thinking, hey, Auburn needs to make a run. You know, you're in 3-4-5. Obviously, you get the solo home run, but he answers back with 96 on the black for the punch out.
And Kevin Schnall talking with us yesterday about Cameron Flukie. Here's Lucas Steele. Inside ball 1. To quote Coach directly, slam dunk first round pick, Cameron Flukie. You know, as he gets set for the prime portion of his career in Conway, only a sophomore. Popped up towards third, now in foul territory. Mitchell's got it. the second out of the inning. The NCAA Super Regional coverage will continue this weekend across the ESPN networks, ESPN, ESPN2, ESPN Plus. For more information, visit ncaa.com, the home for all 90 NCAA championships. Been great watching and listening to Mike Rooney, Chris Budden back in the studio today as they kind of navigated through some early weather in Louisville. Back to the mound, Flukie, able to knock it down and collect it in enough time to retire Eric Snow. But the Tigers back within 3 through 5 in Auburn.
The new How to Train Your Dragon menu is now at BK. Get it before it disappears. Oh, toothless. Bold, tasty, and dangerously delicious. How to Train Your Dragon. Coming to theaters June 13th.
Drive with confidence in a new SUV from Woodhouse Nissan. Like the versatile 2025 Nissan Rogue, designed for comfort, technology, and adventure. Serving our metro for over 20 years, this is Woodhouse Nissan.
In your neighborhood, there's a place so good. It's so nice to be at a store, learn from me.
All natural chicken hindquarters are just 99 cents a pound. Deli shaved ham is only $4.98 a pound. Capri Sun or Kool-Aid Jammers are just $2.48. Sara Lee buttered bread is 2 for only $5.
Welcome to Fairway, your Fairway family.
All I wanted to do was help kids and families. Bank of America was just so important with getting things started.
I feel we are growing together with Bank of America.
Had the opportunity to meet with Bank of America. That's what lifts communities like ours.
What would you like the power to do? Bank of America. Contact one of our local business specialists at bankofamerica.com/local business.
Game 1 of the Auburn Super Regional underway, 6-3. Coastal Carolina leading the homeschool Auburn Tigers, along with Lance Cormier, Roy Philpott. So glad you could join us tonight. A great atmosphere. Good start so far for Cameron Flukie, but that pitch count starting to get almost there at 100.
Yeah, he's been a guy that's only touched 100 once, and so that was at 96 through 5 innings. Now he's leaving with the lead, but he's gone 6+ in his last 6 starts, so I don't know if this is the last we're going to see him, but if it is, good statement from him.
Carson Myers remains on the mound for the Tigers. First pitch swinging. Colby Thorndike comes up in. Now Flukie, part of that elite rotation Chanticleers this season. Ranks in the top 3 in the country in team ERA. Top 10 in strikeout to walk ratio. And the 0-2 from Myers to Thorndike. At 89 and just missed. And the awfully big bat, Blagan Pato, looming in the on-deck circle. Thorndike out in front, and the strikeout for Myers. His second of the night. Meanwhile, Blagan Pato, well, the damage he's done on 2 home runs. Still the difference in this one so far, Lance.
Yeah, how about that solo home run in the second, and we got a 3-run blast. How about this? 826 feet of home runs. 403 the first one, 423 the next one.
Go back to what he did in Conway last weekend. 3 homers there, 2 more so far tonight on the road in Auburn. It was 7 of 12, the 3 wins for Coastal Carolina against Fairfield, and then 2 over ECU.
So he came in to postseason play with 2 homers, and he's got 7 now.
He's eating something good for breakfast, I think, most of these games right
Whatever
before he heads to the ballpark. It's working, right?
He doesn't need to stop.
No.
That's Coach Nall is going out of his way. We got to get the ops department on whatever he's eating. Continue to feed that man.
Played baseball 4 of his years at Highland High School there in the Commonwealth. Breaking ball makes it 2 balls and a strike. All-state selection in 2023 as a senior. Helped Highland win a state title as a junior. So this guy's been a winner everywhere before landing at Longwood and then transferring into Coastal. 2-2. It's interesting, you look at all the rosters now, the teams that are left. You listen to all the different ways that play-by-play analysts talk about these teams, and up and down these lineups, transfers everywhere, and sometimes it's 2 or 3 stops, if not more in some circumstances, and these rosters come together. It's not a 3 or 4 year commitment a lot of times. It's 1 year and let's play and let's see what happens then. Butch Thompson knows it well. Payoff pitch on the way. Pato straight up in the air. Shallow right field. And Irish finally track it down on the move. Now the wind is totally dead this evening. No breeze to speak of. And Pato is the second out. I mean, that flag has not moved since first pitch.
It really hasn't. Auburn wish it did, because they've hit a couple balls out to right field that it seemed like off the bat was maybe had a shot, but then all of a sudden you realize, oh, it's a heavy night. That ball's not traveling.
Ty Dooley's 0 for 2, the senior from Elgin, South Carolina. Struck out twice tonight. He's been on base in every game since late March. Coastal Carolina's last loss this season coming in late April. Set back to College of Charleston. 1-2. 21 wins later now, the Auburn Super Regional. Big moment for Carson Myers, trying to keep momentum on the side of the Tigers. Get his team back up to bat. And the punch out. Side retired, Dooley caught looking. Tigers coming back up to bat, trailing Coastal Carolina 6-3. Continues with rain coming down at Plainsman Park and still some lightning in the area. We are hoping to resume, well, as soon as possible. Coastal Carolina leading the Auburn Tigers, and Auburn coming up to bat in the home half of the 6th inning. The score at 6-3. We will resume as soon as the inclement weather pushes through the plains here on campus at Auburn University. For Lance Cormier, Roy Philpott, we are back with live baseball when the bad weather finishes up. Thank you so much back here in Auburn, Alabama. Plainsman Park, the place to be. It is college baseball after dark tonight, 6-3. Coastal Carolina leading Auburn. And the Chanticleers, this rain delay that started about an hour and 46 minutes ago. Heavy precipitation rolled into the plains. We had a couple of lightning strikes, and that delay spanning nearly 2 hours brings us back to how we started earlier today and the bracket. The winner of this Auburn Super Regional matches up with the winner of the Chapel Hill Super Regional in Omaha in the Men's College World Series. This is the 4th and final game of the opening day of Super Regional action, which started on a Friday, now concludes early on a Saturday morning here in Auburn. Lance Cormier, Roy Philpott. I have no idea who the rain delay could favor or where the advantage lies, but here we are nearly 2 hours later. A home team's got some work to do. Coastal has been, as advertised, 21-game winning streak.
Yeah, they really have. They jumped off good. We talked about the electric atmosphere that we saw, and we saw it early because Auburn jumped ahead early, but, man, Coastal's bats, they came in, they shut it down. Fluky was good, not as good as we thought we would see, but he was good enough. The rain delay, though, we're going to get some new pitchers.
No question about that. So we'll press the reset button and remind you in the same breath of how we got to this 6-3 score. And really, it was Bladen Pado that went off. He's hit 2 home runs, starting with his solo shot over the War Eagle wall in the second.
Yeah, he's got 2 home runs, 826 feet of home runs. That one was an absolute laser beam. This one, though, was a no-doubter. Bub Terrell, the right fielder, didn't even budge, and that was the big 3-run blast.
Ike Irish then responds with a home run. It's 19th of the season to straightaway center. Auburn slowly chipping away after trailing 6-1. It's now at 6-3, and the Tigers coming up to bat in the home half of the 6th inning within striking distance, and we still have a lot of baseball left to be played.
Yeah, you're right. If you're the home team, right, you have 4 at-bats left. We're only in the bottom of the 6th, but that was a huge inning for Auburn because they really needed Ike Irish to come through. They needed to kind of chip away, but you're going against a solid pitching staff and a bullpen that has been locked down all year.
Yeah, they're number 2 in the country in team ERA. In Coastal Carolina, they've won 21 games in a row, the only team in America to have won 51 games before reaching Omaha. And this is a team that won the Sun Belt Tournament Championship, the regular season championship, on the strength of those 21 consecutive victories. And here we are after sweeping the Conway Regional in their home ballpark. The pitching has been elite, dominant, and all those arms on full display in the heart of the SEC here this weekend. And one of those top pitchers, the 6'6" Cameron Fluke, he didn't have his A game to start, but it's been enough in nearly 100 pitches. His night is obviously done.
Yeah, it was the bend but don't break, right? Auburn left 6 guys on in the first 3 innings. It seemed like they were really one swing of the bat away from almost getting the bullpen up that early and maybe knocking Fluke out of the game. Didn't get the hit. He made the pitch when he needed to, and that's the mark of the good pitcher. He made the pitch he needed to and shut down that inning.
So from 6-6 on the mound to now the 5'10" sophomore lefty, Dominic Carbone, who arguably has the filthiest stuff on this Coastal staff.
Yeah, when you talk about 6-0, 5 saves in his 25 appearances, 18 of the 24 have been scoreless. And so that's why you see the numbers, and it's 90-94 from the lefties. He is filthy against lefties, and right now Auburn's lineup has 4, 5 lefties, and it's a lineup that's been dominant with lefties.
It's late. It's Auburn after dark. And the majority of the fans that packed this ballpark some 4.5 hours ago, or however long it was, a lot of them have remained. And a tip of the cap to all involved, including fans that made the trek from Conway. And we have officially restarted 1 hour and 46 minutes after the initial weather delay. Bristol Carter will lead things off. 7, 8, and 9 due up first for the Auburn Tigers. Auburn, the number 4 national seed. Coastal Carolina, number 13 national seed. And a ball and a strike to Carter. Got to start in center field tonight. You know, the ramifications of what happens here in the next 3 frames will be felt into Saturday afternoon, when Game 2 is expected to start at 3 o'clock Eastern, 2 local. So whatever happens tonight, there is a quick turnaround for all parties.
And you think that would play well, right, for the home team who's in their own bed, everything is there, but the way Coastal Carolina has been playing all year on the road doesn't matter. This is a team that believes they're good enough to not only, be in the spot they're in, make it to Omaha, but they feel like they have the pitching staff and the offense that can win this thing.
Carbone out of Rocky Point, New York. And the 2-2 is chopped deep in the hole and into left field. Well, Ty Dooley thought about it. It went right under the glove. It would have been an impossible play regardless. And the leadoff man aboard, and this crowd well awake. He ready to roll here on the restart.
It almost seems like the crowd needs Auburn to put together a little rally in this inning just to kind of go, hey, they're already breathing. They've been waiting. They've been thinking about, hey, are we going to see baseball again tonight? Like you said, an hour, 45-minute rain delay. They're getting to see some ball. And right now you got a leadoff guy on.
Fralick's 1 for 2, has doubled and scored. Freshman catcher. Carter with decent speed at first base. 14 stolen bags this season in 18 attempts.
I mentioned tough on lefties, Roy. 111 lefties hitting off a Carbone. 125 off the heater, 095 off his slider. Oof.
Slider at 84, 0-2. It's been Carter and Cade Ballou out in center field this season for Auburn on the back end of the schedule. Popped up. Carter back at first base, and Fralick flies out for the first out here in the home half of the sixth. Well, Barthol came over to retrieve it, and Pato was drifting in from right field in the process. One away. Fabian Reach on the E5 in the second inning. Officially 0 for 2 tonight. Starting shortstop. And he'll touch base with Gabe Gross before climbing in the box. As a former player in a situation like this, would you lean one side or the other in terms of an advantage, or it's just who starts momentum first?
That's what it is. It's who starts momentum first. And right now, I mean, for Coastal, the way it played out, you have one of your best arms out there right now, so you feel really good where you're sitting. If Auburn mounts a little comeback, right, chips away here, chips away there, then you start to feel like, hey, Auburn's got a shot. But right now, Coastal's sitting exactly where they want.
Fabian, the senior out of Ocala. Excuse me, swing, and that'll even the count at a ball and a strike. That clipped the umpire as it drifted back. Joshua Shepis calling balls and strikes tonight. Take a look.
Keeps grabbing his throat.
Right underneath the mask. Unbelievable.
Oh, man. You know, as a catcher, right, you can tuck that chin, but as an umpire, you don't feel that it's going to go down and then come right up under that mask.
Appears to be okay. Fastball miss for ball 2. A weird weather night. Just one freak kind of thunderstorm. Rain shower cell popped up on the radar directly to the west and came right on through. Fabian to right field. And Pato records the second out. So Carter at first base, and it's back to the top of the order, and Chris Rembrandt. Lance, that was another one of those shots right off the bat where initially you're thinking that thing's got a chance.
This is twice for Fabian. He hit one really good in that his first at bat, but you're right, just the heavy air. When the rain was coming, the flag started to move, but since the rain's gone, the flag is back to where it was at the beginning of the game, just dead still.
Well, we did not anticipate the bad weather drifting in tonight. We thought maybe we'd have to dodge a couple of storms tomorrow. Came in late and took its sweet time to clear. Ball and a strike to Rembrandt. Base hit, drove in a run, has walked. And is 2 ABs so far. Carter surveying over at first base. Now the importance of game 1 of a super regional. You're the home team. You can't talk about it enough. You get off to a good start, then you are one step away, literally, from Omaha. Coach Thompson knows it. Trying to find a way to rally his team after this delay. To the screen. And Carter heads to second base easily. Now the wild pitch has another runner in scoring position for the Tigers. And what can Chris Rembert do with a 3-1 count? Full count. Two games of intrigue saved the back half of this initial day of Super Regional action in Corvallis and now in Auburn. Rembert fought away that pitch. Back to Carbone. In and out of the glove of the first baseman. Here comes a play at the plate. Auburn within 2. Well, that's one way to do it. Now, Carbone threw the heater to Thorndike at first base. He couldn't catch it cleanly. Rembert was bearing down, and that enabled the run to score.
I mean, a lot of that is just the speed out of the box because Carbone does a great job, gathers it, the footing, but is it the wet grass, whatever, but a bad throw. Thorndike stops it, but not enough to be able to get Carter at the plate. Rembert gets there. We got a 2-run ball game now. Crowd is starting to feel it a little bit.
Rembert at first. He is a threat to steal. A big cut by Terrell trying to tie it up in one swing.
The young freshman has 3 of his 5 home runs against lefties. You thinking, you know, lefties maybe not putting up numbers, especially the young ones, but he's got, you know, splits are pretty close. 317 versus righties and 290 versus lefties, so there's really not a big drop off.
Rembert with 10 home runs this season. And the 0-2, it dribbled back to the mound again, and Carbone underhands it. And it's in time, but the Tigers score an unearned run to pull within 2. It's 6-4 through 6 on the Plains.
The new How to Train Your Dragon menu is now at BK. Get it before it disappears. Ooh, toothless. Bold, tasty, and dangerously delicious. How to Train Your Dragon, coming to theaters June 13th.
For 25 years, Greg Young Automotive Group has been your trusted hometown dealer. And now we're giving back. To celebrate, we're giving you a 5-year complimentary maintenance package with every new or used vehicle purchase. With a massive inventory, top dollar for your trade-in, and a commitment to exceptional customer service, it's no wonder why people keep coming back.
Greg Young, we go the extra mile for you.
You can still leave. You still have a choice.
Cool.
Ballerina, rated R.
Welcome everyone to Omaha, Nebraska, home of the College World Series.
'Cause here I come, I wear it all on my sleeve, so everything you see shows you where I'm from.
Bolts back and makes the catch! Somehow hung on. Back-to-back jacks.
More, can you believe it?
Men's College World Series underway on June 13th. And a reminder, the winner of the Auburn Super Regional matches up with the winner of the Chapel Hill Super Regional. Advantage North Carolina after an 18-2 victory against the Big 12 champion Arizona Wildcats earlier today, or should we say yesterday, at the Bosch. And now Griffin Graves, the new pitcher for the Tigers, a sophomore lefty, 6 appearances a season ago, his 13th here tonight.
Yeah, 4-1, no saves, but he's got 20 innings, so it's a guy that's got multiple innings in his belt. So look for that, especially trying to kind of bridge that gap, but also maybe keep the lead here. 91-95 from the lefty.
8-9-1. Marengo, Sykes, and Bodine. At 94, it's 0-1. So Auburn fires the first body blow after the 1 hour and 46-minute rain delay. How will Coastal Carolina respond? Lance, you were talking, I believe it was maybe yesterday. We were getting ready for interviews. And there are games and rain delays where you guys had an 8-0 lead. Here comes a rain delay, and all of a sudden another team comes back late to tie it up at 8. Like, weird things happen,
right,
especially this late at night after a delay like what we all just experienced.
Yeah, you just don't know what's going to happen, right? We know at the beginning of the game, Coastal Carolina took the momentum securely into their dugout. They were doing it on the mound. They were doing it at the plate. Then all of a sudden, the rain comes. What's going to happen? How are they going to react, right? An hour and 45, long delay. What did they get to do in between, right? Did they go, they probably went hang out in the cages. Auburn gets to go in the friendly confines of their clubhouse. Who answers back? Who comes in there and is ready to play?
On 2 strikes to tie Marengo. And a strikeout for Griffin Graves. And in the restart so far, it feels like a totally different game.
Well, Auburn's doing everything they need to, right, to get the crowd who, you know, it's getting late, a little tired, to get their energy levels back up. They scored the run on an unearned run, even though, but it's a lot of hustle that scored the run. But you're right, though. Getting the leadoff guy is huge.
Hitting 9th as well, Sykes. First pitch in the dirt from Graves.
Remember, one of the last times we saw him, he took that knee to the side from Freilich in that rundown.
That was a wild sequence. And Coastal Carolina's offense tonight has been via the long ball. The 2 home runs by Pato, another one by Bodine, who's currently in the on-deck circle. And here we are at 6-4. Sykes that scored the game-winning run, the regional final in Conway last weekend against ECU. That was a pitcher's duel, a classic matchup against the Pirates that night. Yeah. 2-2. Yeah, Sykes sparked that go-ahead rally with a leadoff single in the 8th. Ended up stealing second, moved to third on a flyout, and then scored on a sac fly off the bat of Sebastian Alexander to deep center. That was the difference in that game, 1-0. Crowd back in it, and Sykes fights it off. Great grab over there by Carl Nunemaker for a moment. You were making the rounds during the weather delay. There were all kinds of people wanting to talk to Lance Cormier.
Oh, yeah. Didn't get a chance to talk to old Tim Hudson, the Auburn legend.
Fouled off. There's a great video they posted with Huddy on social media. This goes back to yesterday, just talking about the stadium enhancements. There he is, newly inducted member to the Oakland A's Hall of Fame. He knows how important this game is. In one of the Super Regional, the first ever time that Auburn has hosted in this round. Fly ball straightaway center. Bristol Carter lost his hat. Caught the ball.
Chose the right one, lost the hat, caught the ball, little basket catch. You saw that in the first inning, a Bub Terrell diving play turned into a run the next inning. Auburn bringing the glove.
Well, some interesting plays out in center field for both sides so far tonight. And 2 quick outs back to the top of the order, and here's where Grays has to be careful. With Bodine, one of the top catchers in America. A couple of hits already tonight, including the solo blast, 2 for 3. He's driven in 2. New Jersey native fouls it off the top of the netting. Back in the 3rd inning, and Bodine, humble in nature, strong in stature at the dish.
Sam Dutton had flipped a couple breaking balls in a 2-0-3-1 count, the hitter's count. Bodine was sitting all over that. He went out and got that little slow breaking ball and drove it out to right field.
And Bodine is straightaway center, high in the air. Ballpark will hold it easily. And Carter with a 1-2-3 frame out of the bullpen for Graves. Stretch time in Auburn. 2-run affair.
Fire it up. The all-new Dragon Flame Grilled Whopper is here at BK. Bold, juicy, flame grilled, and ready for adventure. Experience a new kind of flame at Burger King. How to Train Your Dragon, coming to theaters June 13th.
Experience employee pricing plus at Woodhouse Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. Take advantage of exclusive pricing on our full lineup, like the confident and capable new Jeep Grand Cherokee. Serving our customers since 1991. This is Woodhouse.
All I wanted to do was help kids and families. Bank of America was just so important with getting things started.
I feel we are growing together with Bank of America.
Had the opportunity to meet with Bank of America. That's what lifts communities like ours.
What would you like the power to do? Bank of America. Contact one of our local business specialists at bankofamerica.com/local business.
When the monsters come, all you can do is scream.
You were the last person to see the president alive. Did you kill him?
They will never see us coming.
Better?
Yes, better.
Welcome back to the NCAA Baseball Super Regionals presented by Capital One. Auburn after dark, 6-4. Coastal Carolina with a 2-run advantage. Lance Cormier, Roy Philpott. And here comes Ike Irish back. First team all SEC, already a home run tonight. Now that average at a robust 367. Big moment. And a shift in play for Isaac Irish, and his father Jeff still in the house. He's not going anywhere.
Oh, still videoing too. Just making sure.
Second inning of work for Dominic Carbone. Irish tried to bunt his way over to first base, and he comes up empty, a ball and 2 strikes. Wasn't expecting that. Carbone will reset. A lot of real estate between second and third. Murr in the on-deck circle in the dirt. What's the latest you remember playing baseball? Any level?
Don't know about playing, but I know I was one of my first regionals in Arkansas. You know, storm just came in, and we were on air at I think 3:20 in the morning still.
As a broadcaster?
As a broadcaster. Can't remember playing, but I mean, there's definitely some 1 o'clock.
Irish strikes out. Now the breaking ball, Coastal Carolina pitching now with 5 strikeouts tonight.
Carbone extremely tough on the left. You see Irish, that front side, flying open on that breaking ball. Coming in 84, looks like a heater, and then all of a sudden just disappears from it.
Back to Cooper McMurray. 1 for 2, drove in a run, has walked, and struck out this evening. Now on this Saturday morning here in the Central Time Zone. It's 28 from Carbone. And a rocket shot towards right. Off the bottom of the wall. McMurray digs for second. He'll kick the ball around for a moment, and he'll stop there. And these Tigers not going anywhere at this late hour. 19th double of the season for McMurray.
Well, I just thought the way he had handled Ike Irish, it was all sliders, all sliders. He even started off McMurray with a slider for a strike. Tried to sneak the cheese in. McMurray ready for it. Hits off the fence, and you see it just kind of shoots that way. Didn't know if it was going to be far enough for him to possibly get to third base with less than 2 outs.
McMurray had 3 doubles in 1 game last weekend here in the Auburn region. First pitch strike to Lucas Steele. A game that was once 6-1, it's now 6-4. Another runner in scoring position for the Tigers.
This inning's so important for Coastal. 40-0 when leading after 6. They have some eye-popping numbers when you start to look at those kind of stats like that. Obviously, when you're 51-11, you're going to have crazy numbers.
Give us the big stat you gave us yesterday.
Yeah, 51-4 if they have the lead at any point of the game, which they got the lead early.
In the dirt. Bodine lost it. That'll put McMurray at third base. So now 90 feet away from a 1-run contest. And a wild pitch as the Tigers in business once again.
Right. Just a wild pitch allows them to move up, right? And it's allowing Auburn to, without a hit, can continue to chip away. They've scored solo runs in the last 3 innings.
Auburn just 1 for 6 with runners in scoring position tonight. And Steele stays alive. Interesting how the infield is back, willing to concede a run with just 1 away.
I think I like the move because you bring the infield in, you open up the opportunity for a big inning. So I like that, make the play. I think they trusted their guy might make a punch out. And that's what he's going for. There's no doubt what it is. It's a fastball slider. There's no change up involved. You're worried about, if you're Lucas Steele, you're worried about fastball in with the slider off the same tunnel.
The 2-2 from Carbone.
You know, the tough part, Carbone has already bounced one for the wild pitch, so that's in your head. Guy gets to third base, you got 2 strikes. Obviously, he has the ultimate trust in his catcher, right? We've already said Buster Posey, finalist, one of the best catchers in the country, future big league guy. But still, as a human being on the mound, you're worried about bouncing that other one because you could give up an easy run.
Swatted towards third. This will score another run. Second out of the inning, but Steele gets the job done, and it's now 6-5. How about this crowd?
Right.
Amazing.
Hour, 45-minute rain delay, and we've had some leave, but there's a lot that are still here, and they're excited to be here.
7,891, a new Plainsman Park record, and the 3rd time the previous mark has been broken going back to the Auburn Regional just 1 weekend ago.
4 for 4 tomorrow?
My guess would be yes. Pending weather.
Right.
See what happens there.
But a nice 2 o'clock Saturday start.
Sounds good.
We'll be here.
Now, you and I talked about before the rain delay. 6-1. Coastal Carolina, a dominant team with the lead in any point in any game this year. If you're a fan of the Tigers at that juncture, you didn't have to get it all back at once. We've seen now a single run scored in 4 straight frames for this AU team. So right back at it, and still batting here in the bottom of the 7th inning, and it's 6-5. Got fans out there on top of the War Eagle wall. Coastal Carolina is still well represented. Folks from Conway aren't going anywhere. And 2-1 to Snow. Hammer, left field, and just like that, we are tied. Snow's making it rain on the Plains in a brand new ball game.
Little slider, little get me over. Get me over's right. The War Eagle wall had no shot. Eric Snow giving the crowd that stayed here something to cheer about. We got a brand new ball game. Finally, Auburn's first crooked number.
Not what the Chanticleers wanted after the weather delay. These quick strike Tigers are back at it. Lynch was getting loose in the pen earlier tonight. And for Coastal Carolina, still plenty of arms, but we're tied at 6. I mean, this happened suddenly.
Oh, and that's the beauty of baseball, right? How fast it can come right at you. You think everything is good, and all of a sudden, a boom here, a hit there, and 2 outs, and then all of a sudden, a big blast, and we got a tie ball game.
Matt Williams, pitching coach for Coastal Carolina, out of the dugout. That meeting on the mound broken up by home plate umpire Joshua Shepis. And 39 pitches in for Dominic Carbone, not the outing he anticipated.
He'd only given up runs in 6 outings all year. 18 of those outings of his 24 coming into play were scoreless.
Bristol Carter's 1 for 3. Sophomore from Oak Ridge, North Carolina. To center field, high in the air. Will Sykes gauging and collecting. An unbelievable comeback for the Auburn Tigers. Eric Snow gets it done. We're tied at 6. It's late in Auburn. Well, good morning and buckle up. Back here in Auburn, we are tied at 6. Eric Snow with a monster shot moments ago. And a brand new ball game after the nearly 2-hour rain delay that concluded about half an hour ago. Lance Cormier, Roy Philpott, and the mistakes by the Chanticleers starting to mount up for Kevin Schnall's team. Some base running blunders, a couple of errors, and Auburn has taken full advantage.
Also had the misplayed ball in center field in the first inning. That wasn't an error, it was a double, so that cost a run. Made their pitcher Fluky throw an extra 20 pitches in the first inning, which got his pitch count up. So yeah, not the brand of ball that we've seen from Coastal Carolina this whole year, obviously, to get them to 51 wins.
And the importance of tonight with the suddenly even quicker turnaround to Game 2 tomorrow at 3 Eastern, 2 Central. Alexander strikes out. Well, here comes Griffin Graves. Dealing.
How about that? I mean, you want to talk about a jolt of energy. Not the offense. It was Griffin Graves coming in last inning, coming in this inning, and absolutely getting it done.
Lance, you could hear a pin drop in this ballpark for about 3 innings, an hour or so before the weather pushed through. A totally different vibe now. Barthol, swing and a miss. Well, important to note, still tied. So momentum easily can teeter in either direction, but advantage Auburn thus far. Post thunderstorm. Auburn pitching is now retired their last 10 Coastal Carolina batters.
Right now, Graves, the fastball slider is absolutely on point, right where he wants it. Even like that, the misses are right where you want it to be. 86-mile-an-hour slider, just a little bit off the plate. Great take, but right where you want it to be, 0-2 count.
That was close.
It's a good take. Good take. Graves wants it. Everybody else wants it, but nice take.
Still 2-2. Barthol grabbed a piece, barely. Griffin Graves, a breath of fresh air for Auburn pitching. And the lefty sends it over to third. Snow. Throw goes high. And Barthol is safe at first base. Well, we haven't seen a lot of that this season at shortstop, at third, or at second. The E5 in play.
You're right, Roy, because this is a team that's fielding .982, headed to the program record fielding percentage. Snow has it, just drops to a sidearm instead of just trying, almost nonchalant at the ball over there. But he was there, ready to go, making the play. You see right there, 8th in Division I with the .982 fielding percentage. And the biggest thing about that, it's natural grass and natural surface, right? Dirt. It's just not artificial turf that they're fielding .982 on. You'll see a lot of teams with that high fielding percentage be on turf.
And let's see if Coastal Carolina can take advantage here after the E5. Walker Mitchell. 0 for 3 tonight, batting cleanup. The unsung hero for the Chanticleers this season. Coming back from injury. Turning it on late. Tie ball game in the 8th inning, and Graves with the heater over towards first. He'll smile about it. A little power behind that punch. Nick Snow was still just juiced up after hitting that home run that tied it up.
You could understand why.
And it was loud here last weekend. Those 3 convincing wins by the Tigers. It's been loud here at various points this season. Even with part of the crowd leaving after the weather. Not many left. It was as loud as we've heard on that snow long ball. My friend, we may have saved the very best game for last. No offense to anyone watching in Corvallis, Oregon, because that was a tremendous comeback by the Beavers in the 9th inning, down 3, and then walking it off in the 10th. Florida State's going to have to do some work tomorrow in the Great Northwest, but this game has packed a punch as well. The 0-2 to Mitchell. Fastball fouled away at 94.
Last 2 swings, Mitchell has been right on the fastball. Fouled one straight back right there. Fastball up and away 94, puts barrel to it. So this is one of those where you're looking at 0-2 fastball needing to be out of the zone or breaking ball down.
Seans haven't lost a lead since mid-April. They haven't lost a game since April 22nd. 21 wins in a row. And a fly ball down the left field line. Terrell is there with a second out. As a player, how difficult is it after weather? Just make sure that you're loose and that you don't sprain anything or stretch anything awkwardly.
Oh, yeah, that's something that, once it was, you saw the tarp coming off, that's when those guys get going, right? You especially being at home, you're going to get out there, do all the things you need. Definitely not something you're going to have to worry about. Right there, Mitchell a little frustrated. He got a pitch to hit 0-2, that breaking ball in the zone.
Thorndike gets one as well, and that is just foul. That was going to score a run for Coastal Carolina quickly. Thorndike just hooked a little bit too much at the very end, and about 6 or 7 inches in foul territory.
Watch Cooper McMurray. He knows it's foul. Throws his arms up at first base. Right when he hit it, he goes, "That's hooking." Yeah, he's scoring, no question, that double down the line.
Thorndike 1 for 3, has scored a run and struck out tonight. This crowd will let you know.
The new How to Train Your Dragon menu is now at BK. Get it before it disappears. Oh, toothless. Bold, tasty, and dangerously delicious. How to Train Your Dragon. Coming to theaters June 13th.
Experience employee pricing plus at Woodhouse Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. Take advantage of exclusive pricing on our full lineup, like the confident and capable new Jeep Grand Cherokee. Serving our customers since 1991. This is Woodhouse.
All I wanted to do was help kids and families. Bank of America was just so important with getting things started.
I feel we are growing together with Bank of America.
Had the opportunity to meet with Bank of America. That's what lifts communities like ours.
What would you like the power to do? Bank of America. Contact one of our local business specialists at bankofamerica.com/local business.
You will always be weaker. You will always be smaller. You want to win? Improvise. Adapt. Cheat. Cool.
Ballerina. Rated R.
The NCAA Baseball Super Regionals are presented by Capital One. What's in your wallet? And a look right at Toomer's Corner, where we have a brand new baseball game right up the road, adjacent from Jordan-Hare Stadium here at Plainsman Park. Tied at 6, game 1 of this Auburn Super Regional. Lance Cormier, Roy Philpotts, And a new pitcher to tell you about for the Coastal Carolina Chanticleers. As Kevin Schnall goes back into his bullpen and a little deeper, Matthew Potok, the junior, out of Jackson, New Jersey.
Well, a little rinse, repeat, right? The Chanticleers pitching staff, you want to talk about the most strikes thrown. Like, this is a staff that pounds the zone. You see only 6 walks, love the strikeout to walk ratio. Potok will be fastball up to 94, but I mean, we've seen that. Auburn has been all over the fastball all night long. It's a matter of, can you land the off-speed pitches, and especially when you're behind in the count.
The freshman catcher, Chase Freilich, will lead things off. Swats it foul. Freilich, Fabian, and back to the top of the order, and Chris Rember here in the bottom of the 8th inning. Auburn led early, but only briefly. It was 1-0 after 1. Coastal Carolina tied it up, then claimed its first advantage in the 3rd inning. 4th spot in the 4th. At one point, it was 6-1 Chanticleers. And the Tigers responding with a run in the 4th, 1 in the 5th, 1 more in inning number 6. And then Eric Snow happened. Ties up in the 7th inning. Freilich to short. Dooley in time. Now the UFL semifinals are headed your way on Sunday in the USFL Conference Championship game between Birmingham and Michigan. Head your way at 3 Eastern over on ABC, ESPN Deportes, and ESPN Plus. The XFL Conference Championship game, the Defenders and Battlehawks, also follows over on Fox with a trip to next weekend's championship game on the line. And that Panthers Stallions game, a rematch, the same 2 teams that played in a game that I called just 2 weeks ago in Birmingham, in a game that the Stallions came back to win under head coach Skip Holtz.
Yeah, less than a couple hours away. Pack progressive, right?
That's the mantra I think I've seen on social. 0-1 to Fabian. Got Rembert in the top of the order in the on-deck circle, right behind number 7. Those navy blue Auburn uniforms tonight. Game that started at 8 o'clock Central, 9 Eastern, now in the wee hours of Saturday morning. You didn't tell me bad weather was coming. I thought we were okay.
You're the weather man. You're the one that said you love weather, you all these things. And
I do.
And I have no clue. It looks like there was, shoot, I checked the hourly. 34% was the most, the highest percentage on the hourly. So it snuck in on us.
87 and just miss from Potok.
Trying to sneak in a little cutter right there. This is a guy for Potok. It's 80, almost 80% fastballs. So there's really no questioning what he's wanting to get you out with.
You see it there, and it's fouled straight back.
Yeah, that's the slider, 86, 87. It's got a little cut to it, little wrinkle, not much, but you're talking about a guy who believes in the fastball. And because at 89 to 94, it's a good fastball, but he pitches with confidence with it.
Back to Potok, and a confident delivery for the second out. Oh, 2 away for the top of the order, and Chris Rember. Single, a sac fly, and walk tonight. And the freshman second baseman. When you think about it, one swing for either side can change the complexion for the rest of the season. When you win this game tonight, you're in the driver's seat, just 1 win away from Omaha. And yeah, we're playing baseball really early on a Saturday morning. Another game to follow in just a couple of hours. But the season comes down to right now.
Well, when you look at it, right, Auburn's got 7 guys left on base. 6 of those, first 3 innings. We just saw the graphic with all the miscues from Coastal Carolina. So both teams, at one point, it could have flip-flopped. Auburn could have had the big lead early. Coastal could have, if they would have been playing better defense and made better decisions on the base path, they could have had a bigger lead and maybe even put it away farther where Auburn didn't have a chance to come back.
Rembert fighting, scratching and clawing to keep this at-bat alive. Got a Pensacola Catholic down in the Sunshine State. Still alive. His brother Brandon played baseball at Alcorn State. Top 5 shortstop coming out of Florida. Seen him at second base this season for Butch Thompson. And spoiling one pitch after another from Potok.
They're lucky he's spoiling that. That ball in the outer part of the plate right there. Rembert gets a little hook, swing and bunt to third base. There's no shot the way he gets out of the box and how deep Mitchell's playing at third base.
Right back up the middle and a base hit. Go ahead run aboard for the Tigers, and Rembert a big turnaround first. He'll quickly retreat.
Boy, I thought out of the box, just this laser beam up the middle. I thought you can see he's like, all right, he's going to, the ball's wet, it's on the grass, in the gap a little bit. He pulls up though right after hitting first base. Makes a smart decision.
Oh, you can see it in his eyes. From one freshman to the next, Bub Terrell, MVP last weekend of this Auburn Regional. 0 for 4 so far tonight.
Not just 0 for 4, you're talking 2 punches and 2 ground balls for the pitcher, so not been his night after he had such an amazing weekend in the regionals.
8 for 11 and 3 wins for the Tigers last weekend.
One swing of the bat can change how you feel about that first 4 at-bats.
Last 9 games, before tonight, straight up on a heater.
Big hits too, look at that, 16 RBI.
Even Terrell had something to say retreating out of the box.
That was the face of a hitter going, okay. Starting to gain a little bit of confidence back.
Potok comes home with a 1-2. In the dirt, Rembert going to try to steal second. And he will not. Bodine got him easily. Caden Bodine, straight legit.
Right. Base running miscue. He thought it was a dirt ball, tried to get the good read, but Bodine, look at that. 45 runners thrown out, second most in school history.
Tied at 6 back in Auburn, Alabama, as we head to the top of the 9th inning in this Game 1 of the Auburn Super Regional. Lance Cormier, Roy Philpott, Griffin Graves played a little basketball up at Trinity Christian Academy in Tennessee, but known even more so on the pitching mound, and look at what he's done so far tonight. Exactly what Auburn needed. Keep Coastal Carolina right where it was with those 6 runs, and they've been there, Lance, since the 4th inning. But a dangerous hitter, Lagan Pato.
I was about to say, since the last time this guy stepped to the plate.
He's done the bulk of the damage tonight for the Shots. 0-away ball 2. So his first time up to bat since the 1 hour and 46-minute weather delay. He'll try to shake off the rush. '93 escapes him. They go back to the 2nd inning, and it was Pato right on top of the War Eagle wall in left field, and then one more time in the 4th, and this time he left no doubts over the War Eagle wall. That one a 3-run shot.
You're talking about a guy who had 2 home runs entering the postseason. He's got 7, 5
to right field. And playable for Ike Irish. A little antsy there at the end. I called it that. No problem. Yeah, he has been on a tear going back to Conway.
Yeah, 5 home runs in the postseason. Talking, they played 3 games, so it's not even 4 games. It's got 5 home runs. Something happened to the catcher Freilich. He's looking at him, one of his glove hand.
Coach Thompson directly behind the training staff here, and Freilich, the freshman catcher, given a moment to try to collect himself. And Coach Thompson wants to know exactly if he can continue here. Another pause, and he's going to have that hand taped up. It's the left hand of Freilich. Now, don't forget this week's Sunday Night Baseball matchup. While we have a moment, the series finale between the Red Sox and the AL East leading New York Yankees. Game time, 7 Eastern on ESPN, ESPN Deportes, and ESPN Radio. And the Yankees hurlers, Carlos Rodon, been perfect so far this year. 7-0 in his last 9 of this. And of course, Rodon, the former standout at NC State, the team that Auburn eliminated here at Plainsman a week ago in the regional final against the Wolfpack. Freilich appears to be okay, and will give the Auburn dugout the go sign.
Looked like they taped up that left wrist where the glove is. Maybe just the way the glove caught one, pulled that wrist back a little bit.
Here's Ty Dooley. 1 away in the top of the 9th in a tie game. First matchup between Coastal Carolina and the Auburn Tigers. And it's the best of 3, so you got to win 2. Lost tonight by either side. We're back for game 2 tomorrow at 3 Eastern, 2 Central. Ball and a strike to Dooley. He's got the mustache ready to roll. And he has reached in 32 straight games, but tonight 3 strikeouts. I'm sure Ty would tell you he will gladly give up that streak.
Right.
For one more run somehow, some way late for his shots.
He can extend that streak by getting on base and possibly scoring that run.
3-0 101 hitter. A big first out with Pato. Peel down to third base. 2-2. Joshua Shep is calling balls and strikes. Seth Buckminster over at third. And Dooley strikes out on the next pitch.
Griffin Graves has been everything Auburn's pitching staff has needed. The breaking ball, perfect spot, starts in the strike zone, finishes off the plate, gets the chase.
You come back and you win a game like this, and people will look back at what Griffin Graves did. They'll call it the Griffin Graves game. Now, Barango has been in that 8-hole all night, and Coastal Carolina perhaps going to go to its bench for the first time for a pinch hitter. And Tazi, who's got a little bit more pop in the bat. Domenico Tazi, Camp Hill, Pennsylvania. First time we've seen him tonight. Here in the Supers. Seven home runs this season. He's also got 7 doubles.
Hey, this is what it looks like when you come off the bench and you get a fastball. This is how you're supposed to swing at it. My man's trying to do some damage. Hunting the heater.
Let's do it again. Graves.
Hey, you got 2 in a row. Out of the zone, go right back to it. I mean, there's a chance. You just go climb the ladder a little bit more. See how far he'll go when you get a hitter that comes out, wants to be aggressive.
The 0-2. Tazi will not be cheated in this plate appearance.
Absolutely not. Get your opportunity, try to take advantage. That fastball, you wanted it up. You saw Frelick throw the glove a little bit higher, didn't get it there. So he still has an opportunity. He could go fastball up or the breaking ball back foot down. See, this is the part where the pitchers, you let the adrenaline pump up, right? This is 0-2. He's missed 2 spots. You know, you go fastball, you want it really up. It's not. It's hittable. Then you go breaking ball, you want it down. It's still hittable. This is one where you got to make sure you bury that breaking ball. Let your catcher block it, throw out the guy first.
Griffin Graves has 4 strikeouts tonight. Tazi stays alive. Good take. And the 7th pitch, the at-bat coming up. Tazi was 1 for 7 in the Conway Regional. Chance to be the hero here as the pinch hitter. Not tonight. Tied at 6, and Auburn with a chance to walk it off. And the heart of the order coming up. Terrell, Irish, and McMurray to lead things off. Tied at 6 on the Plains.
Fire it up. The all-new Dragon Flame Grilled Whopper is here at BK. Bold, juicy, flame grilled, and ready for adventure. Experience a new kind of flame at Burger King. How to Train Your Dragon, coming to theaters June 13th.
For 25 years, Greg Young Automotive Group has been your trusted hometown dealer. And now we're giving back. To celebrate, we're giving you a 5-year complimentary maintenance package with every new or used vehicle purchase. With a massive inventory, top dollar for your trade-in, and a commitment to exceptional customer service, it's no wonder why people keep coming back.
Greg Young, we go the extra mile for you.
Now, the John Wick franchise keeps fighting. Rated R.
To the bottom of the 9th we go, and a chance for the number 4 national seed Auburn Tigers to walk it off in game 1 of their first ever Super Regional here at Plainsman Park. AU's been in comeback mode since the 4th inning. They have rallied from an early 6-1 deficit, and here we are tied in the 9th inning. Terrell, Irish, McMurray. The big bats are coming. And Potok delivers a first pitch strike. Nobody said it would be easy for the freshman. Sensational a week ago. 0 for 4 tonight. But a very dangerous bat.
Roy, you're in a spot where, as a freshman, big situation, but you know you're going to get a pitch to hit. You know, you don't want an opportunity to pitch to Ike Irish with man on. So, as a pitcher, you're going right at Bub Terrell. And
3 balls and a strike.
And the scouting report is saying fastball's in because he's missed 3 straight fastballs on the inside part of the plate.
Ball 4. Terrell trots down to first base, and here comes Big Ike. Here we go. One of the top bats in the country. First team All-SEC. And now Coastal Carolina wants to talk about it. Matt Williams, the pitching coach, out of the dugout. In a moment this important, every detail must be accounted for, Lance.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, you don't want to think about going, hey, what am I wanting to do? And that's not what the dugout was wanting to do. So this is Coach Matt Williams going out there just making sure the same plan is trying to be produced. And if you're not on the same page, you make that mistake, he can easily end this game with 1 swing of the bat.
19 home runs this season, 1 tonight. And it was to straightaway center field in a moment where Auburn needed Ike Irish to come up with a big AB. You win the first game of a Super Regional, your chances of making it to Omaha go up exponentially. And you're already knocking on the front door right now. How will Potok pitch Ike Irish here? Very carefully, 2-0. Nervous moments for the Irish family. Dad Jeff looking on, filming every second.
This is Potok's game. There's nobody getting loose in the Coastal bullpen.
No one out in the bottom of the 9th inning. 3-1. And a winning run moves into scoring position. A walk to Terrell, another walk to Ike Irish. And who wants to be the hero? We talked to Cooper McMurray yesterday. He missed fall ball with a wrist injury. It put him in the weight room. He started eating better. He lost about 30 pounds. He stepped away from the fast food. And it was all about for a moment like this. Two for 3 tonight. He's scored a run. He's walked. He's struck out. The redshirt senior from Tulsa.
Just saw the hitting coach, Gabe Groth. Just look at him. Put the, hey, look, calm down. Good swing. Like what I saw.
Into the Coastal Carolina dugout. And quickly, it's 0-2.
Of course, it's a situation where you have two guys on the bottom of the 9th, bunting situation, but you got the cleanup guy, the lefty you trust, the senior, trusting that a ground ball from the left-hander will get the guys over.
And he's buckled the pitch inside.
That's his best breaking ball. That's the best one he's thrown in his outing right here. Right where you wanted to put it. Enough, maybe a little bit more on the plates where you get that swinging.
Base hit could end it for the Tigers. Another quality take. That'll even the count. And McMurray strikes out. Potok battles back. How big was that?
Yeah, I don't know how he takes the two pitches before that, and this is just a perfect fastball. You see it coming back over the plate just a little bit, right under the hands. That's a beautiful pitch by Potok. That's a huge out when he needed it.
At nearly 2 o'clock in the morning on the East Coast, approaching 1 a.m. the Central Time Zone, here's Lucas Steele. Steele's 1 for 4. Chanticleers have won 21 games in a row. Their last loss in late April to College of Charleston. Hottest team in America. Advantage Potok.
Well, everything's been in. So all the lefties. Even when Terrell, he had missed 3 straight. He continued to attack McMurray on the inside part plate. They obviously stayed away from Irish. But if I'm a lefty, I'm opening up.
Caught! And the second baseman got there. They will double up Terrell to end the inning. Barthel, an amazing play when his team had to have it.
Well, you're making the pitch when you need a little jam shot. What a play right here. The double play ends the inning, ends the threat, and we got extra innings.
Fire it up. The all-new Dragon Flame Grilled Whopper is here at BK. Bold, juicy, flame grilled, and ready for adventure. Experience a new kind of flame at Burger King. How to Train Your Dragon, coming to theaters June 13th.
Get behind the wheel of your next vehicle from Woodhouse Chevy. Take advantage of special financing and offers happening now. View our inventory online or visit us in store at our 2 dealerships located in Omaha and Missouri Valley. Woodhouse Chevy. Together, let's drive.
You can still leave. You still have a choice.
Ballerina, rated R.
In your neighborhood, there's a place so good. It's so nice to be part of store learn from me.
All natural chicken hindquarters are just 99 cents a pound. Deli shaved ham is only $4.98 a pound. Capri Sun or Kool-Aid Jammers are just $2.48. Sara Lee buttered bread is 2 for only $5.
Welcome to Fairway, your Fairway family.
Free baseball, game 1 of the Auburn Super Regional as we take a look at our Capital One rewarding performance tonight in this incredible first game at Plainsman Park in the history of this ballpark. Griffin Graves has been lights out with those 3 innings before now giving way to a new Auburn pitcher.
Yeah, he struck out 5 of the 10 hitters he faced. No hits. I mean, it's zeros across the board. The fastball was good, the slider was good, but guess what? He was good, and that's the one thing that Auburn needed. Put up zeros after the big 4 spot, bridge that gap, let the offense come back.
Ryan Hetzler, the new Auburn pitcher. And for Butch Thompson, another critical call to the bullpen. Well, Sykes will lead things off. 9-1 and 2 up for Coastal Carolina in the top of the 10th inning. And Sykes gives this one a ride. Bub Terrell is there at the edge of the track. 1 pitch, 1 away. And here's Hetzler and what he's done this season.
Yeah, 5'11" sophomore right there. That's a scary pitch. I think that ball's going to get off the wall, but fastball up to 93, 94 miles an hour. You're talking about a true mix. And a strike thrower, only 4 walks, but a guy that's not afraid to throw any pitch, any count. Doesn't matter, behind, ahead in the count. He'll mix it up.
Back to the top of the order. Caden Bodine. What a night he's had behind home plate. He's homered, singled, and drove in another run. And all in all, it's been a very difficult out for Auburn pitching. Bodine gives this one a charge. Deep into the night, and it's gone. Coastal Carolina back in front.
Stars are the stars. This is what you get. Bodine, 2nd homer of the night. None more important than that one. Puts his team ahead in the top of the 10th. Wow.
A majestic shot that he had to stop and stare at as he started to trot down towards first base. 2nd of the night. Alexander follows that with another knock. His 2nd as well. First 2 aboard for the Chanticleers, and new life for Coastal Carolina. Lance, we have seen a little bit of everything tonight, and Bodine, a sweet swing. He knew it right off the bat.
So did his dugout. I mean, you're talking sweet swing. That was beautiful, little down and in, right where he wanted it. Absolutely crushed that, and has crushed the souls right there of the Auburn faithful. Right now, that's 5 pitches, and it's 3 barrels. Because the first out, obviously, is almost a line drive off the War Eagle wall. Then you got the Bodine homer, and then Alexander follows up with a hard-hit single.
Well, you go back to the bottom of the 9th, and Free pass to Bub Terrell. Then to Ike Irish. No one out. The winning run in scoring position. And somehow, some way, Potok found a way to get out of that mess with the inning-ending double play to the second baseman, Barthol.
Right.
That'll be something that you look back for a long time if Coastal holds on to win this game.
Yeah, you can start second guessing now. Coastal's got the closer Lynch up. You're talking about a guy lights out ERA, 0.6 ERA, but when you have first and second, nobody out, yeah, there's going to be questions of why you don't want to move the guy over. And I understand it's your senior cleanup hitter and McMurray, who you're comfortable with. He's going to get the job done, getting him over, especially being a left-handed hitter.
You trust him in that moment, for sure. Alexander at first base after the single to left field. First pitch swinging, Barthol. Dribbler over to shortstop. Everybody's going to be safe. 3 straight reach for Coastal Carolina in the 10th. Alexander now at second base. Cleanup hitter is Walker Mitchell. 0 for 4 tonight, but he barreled up a couple of pitches his last time up in the 8th inning. Postseason baseball. You can't beat it.
I mean, the amount of momentum shifts that we've had this entire game. Just when you think one team has it and going to take off, the other team just snags it and takes it away from them.
Auburn had it first, then Coastal Carolina had it for about 4 innings before Auburn chipped away. Home run by Eric Snow tied it up at 6. Tigers with a chance to walk it off, couldn't do it. And now Coastal Carolina has responded again. And off the bat, he fouled it back to the backstop. It was awkward because on the scoreboard they showed initially it was a ball, but went to the backstop. Everybody halted. It's 0-2. And this time it clipped him. It hit Mitchell. The slow stroll down to first, and Coastal Carolina with the bases loaded. Well, the Auburn defense in the infield is going to take a couple of paces in here, you would think.
Yeah, you think you're going to have infield in on the corners. Middle still going to be double play depth. Outfield looking straight up.
First pitch strike to Colby Thorndike.
Outfield fly ball, you got to put yourself in a good position to throw. Stay behind the ball.
Off speed and upstairs to Thorndike. 1 for 4 this evening for Colby. Single and has scored. You know the Shots would love another insurance run or two in a game that has been this back and forth. And on top of it, fouls it straight back. Just foul. Thorndike flirted with that right field line his last time up and nearly doubled in a run. Redshirt sophomore of Lumberton, North Carolina, in the 1-2 in the dirt. Lance, the way this game has gone, you really don't know if you trust just a 1-run advantage going into the bottom of the 10th, given what both sides have been able to do tonight. Hetzler, swing and a miss, and he gets the strikeout.
It's a huge pitch. Hetzler's looking a lot like Fluky was in the first inning. Runners on, but making the big picks when you need it. Not out of it yet. I mean, that's the part too. As pitchers, we get to the point where we get 2 outs and the mindset starts to move around a little bit. Hey, get back in the dugout. Well, like, you got to continue to stay locked in. You got the hottest hitter outside of Bodine. I mean, 2 guys with 2 home runs each. This team came in with 62 home runs, and they've hit 4.
And Pato over to Snow at third. He'll get the force out at the bag. Side retired, work to do for Auburn, trailing Coastal Carolina 7-6.
Fire it up. The all-new Dragon Flame Grilled Whopper is here at BK. Bold, juicy, flame grilled, and ready for adventure. Experience a new kind of flame at Burger King. How to Train Your Dragon, coming to theaters June 13th.
This is wild. I can't believe this.
Let's take it from the top. You love cleaning this counter.
What?
In fact, Clorox's latest experiment proved you enjoyed it more than a manicure.
I don't even know myself anymore.
Rethink what makes you feel good.
Hello, hello, hello. Hello. Hello, hello, hello. Hello. Maybe it's you.
Drive up that's ready when you are. Just tap Target.
When the monsters come, all you can do is scream.
You were the last person to see the president alive. Did you kill him?
They will never see us coming.
Better?
Yes, better.
Experience employee pricing plus at Woodhouse Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. Take advantage of exclusive pricing on our full lineup, like the confident and capable new Jeep Grand Cherokee. Serving our customers since 1991. This is Woodhouse.
7-6, Coastal Carolina leading game 1 of this Auburn Super Regional as we head to the bottom of the 10th inning. Lance Cormier, Roy Philpott, shots with a chance to slam the door shut with their closer, Ryan Lynch, the senior, and he has been Mr. Automatic this season.
Yeah, just look at the numbers. Everything you want, right, from a closer. 26th appearance, so the first 25, 23 0 earned runs. I mean, that's how you put up a .6 ERA. It's a fastball breaking ball combo. There's 2 different breaking balls. So you're going to have the 12-6 curveball, a little bit tighter slider, breaking more horizontal. But the fastball, it's still good. It's up to 92. But, man, he does a great job of mixing. But this is a Bulldog. This is who they want on the mound.
Transfer from Bellevue College. 6, 7, and 8 will lead it off for Auburn. The Tigers had a golden opportunity in the 9th inning. First 2 aboard and could not do anything with it. And here's Eric Snow. Tied it at 6 in the 8th. Coastal Carolina team that has won 21 straight. Auburn's won 9 of its last 12. Both teams swept through the respective regionals last weekend. Snow pulled it over the War Eagle wall in left. And that was in the 7th inning. Meanwhile, Ryan Lynch hasn't pitched in 12 days. And a fresh arm. But you also have to shake off that rust now in the postseason.
That's where, as a closer, he's not wanting to go that long. I mean, he's wanting to get an appearance, and that's what Coach Schnall said. He goes, we didn't have to throw our closer. We kind of wish we would have got a chance to get him in there, you know, because that is something that is there, the rust of not getting out there. They like that consistency.
Snow into left field, and a good start for the home team. second hit of the ball game for Eric Snow. And now the wheels start turning for both sides.
Just a big breaking curveball, way too up in the zone. Carter makes him pay. Watch the water right here. As it's going to the outfield, man, we had that long rain. You can see the water just whipping off that ball. Going to make it tough for the outfielders to throw. Time you got that wet ball, you really got to follow your throw or not that ball's going to sail on you.
Well, now, Lance, you look at it, you've got the tying run at first base, no one out for Bristol Carter, and a chance to leave the ballpark and walk it off with a 2-run jack.
You're going to see a bunt.
Carter sends it foul. Snow with good speed. And a ton of experience. An important moment like this. Infield creeps in. Snow. A little bit of indecisiveness for a moment by Ryan Lynch. And the sacrifice will work out just fine for Auburn, 1-3. And a tying run in scoring position in Eric Snow.
Boy, this was almost one of the most costly miscues. Nice job by Carter, getting in a good position to bunt this ball, bunts it right back to the pitcher. And you can see Lynch panic a little bit, looked for the third baseman like he was going to take that. Nice job recovering by Lynch to get the out. But boy, that would have been a tough one.
Now remember Chase Fralick, they looked at that left hand for a moment, taped up the thumb next to the wrist. 1 for 4 tonight, did double in the 4th inning. And that plate appearance feels like it was about 5 hours ago, because it was. And now a moment on the mound for Ryan Lynch.
If Auburn's going to look back at this night and go, like, you know, what happened? It's runners in scoring position. 1 for 9 with runners in scoring position, and that has been the biggest thing. Coastal Carolina's gotten 2 hits in their 4 chances.
Still pretty hot. It definitely remains humid. Off speed and high. Ball 1 to Chase Fralick. Ike Irish. Bird's eye view in that Auburn dugout. Strike 1. If you're Lynch, you've been in these situations before. 7 saves, that leads Coastal Carolina. You're used to the pressure-packed moments, but maybe not quite like this.
Well, you're right. This has to be the most pressure-packed moment he's faced this year, but still, the guy's been good. He's been lights out all year long. You rely on those experiences no matter where they were. It doesn't matter, right? You feel it, you slow the heart rate down, make your pitches.
Just when you tell me to slow the heart rate down, my heart rate speeds up.
Right, and that is a lot easier said than done. Coaches will look at you and say, calm down. You're like, Coach, it's the bottom of the 10th. Man on second base, tie and run, yes, and all of a sudden things start to speed up, you're right.
Fralick. Caught again. Barthol makes the play, and Coastal Carolina gets it done in game 1. A carbon copy of the bottom of the 9th, and the Chanticleers defeat Auburn 7-6 on a Saturday morning on the Plains.
Exactly what you said, Roy. Mirror images, the same play. The double play to end it. Nation's leading winning streak, 22 games now. Just the ball right here, you see it, it's a soft liner again. The layout, base running era again. Double play, ball game, 22 straight.
We certainly saved the best for last. The final 2 games of day one, drifting into day two of the Super Regionals. First in Corvallis, now in Auburn. And Coastal Carolina, in a unique way, slams the door shut, the double play in back-to-back innings at the very end. And we found out just 24 hours ago, Caden Bodine, a finalist for the Buster Posey Award. One of just 3 nationally. Tonight, we understand why he is thought of so highly.
Well, I loved how Coach told him. Team meeting at the end of practice yesterday. He goes, oh, by the way, your catcher is a finalist for the Buster Posey Award, and the team went crazy for him.
We talked to him right afterwards. He mentioned to us how special of a moment that was. But this is a game Auburn will look back to, and a game that the Tigers had their chances. First in the 9th inning with 2 aboard, the strikeout by McMurray, and the double play, Barthol again to initiate the sequence before, in the top of the 10th inning, Caden Bodine, 2nd home run of the night. And the first time Coastal Carolina's had 2 guys with multiple home runs in the same game since 2016. The last year they won the national championship in that final double play to end it moments ago. And the hero for Coastal Carolina joins us right now, Caden Bodine. Caden, first things first, let's go back to the top of the 10th. What was the approach in the at-bat in which you drilled the shot to right field?
I think just getting a good pitch to hit and, you know, getting my A-swing off. I think that was the biggest part. And just, yeah, I think that's it.
Well, A-swing, right? Both breaking balls, am I correct?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Oh, man. Sitting back on the hook, made them pay.
Yeah, felt pretty good. Felt pretty good.
The atmosphere was incredible tonight. You guys had to battle back multiple times. What was it like through the weather delay and then the final comeback 7-6?
I think it's just, I mean, it's what we do. We've had a couple rain delays. We played pretty well after those, and we're always locked in. So I got to give a lot of credit to Coach Mike Thompson. He's always got us getting warmed up and stretched out and everything, so he kept us in it for sure.
Well, from the view from you as catcher, right? The 9th inning, the 10th inning, end exactly pretty much the same way. Did you think he had a shot to catch those balls, Barthol?
Always, always. He's been a dog for us for 3 years now. So I mean, any ball hit in his direction, I have complete utter confidence in him to make the play. So we're really proud of him.
You guys are now 1 step closer to Omaha. 1 more win, and you punch your ticket to the Men's College World Series. And now a quick turnaround. How do you make sure you get as much rest as possible? What's the game plan between now and then?
Just going to get a good meal in us, and then going to bed right away, and then just waking up locked in, and I'm sure a few of us will have some energy drinks tomorrow morning.
Caden, good luck trying to sleep after that, my friend.
Thanks
for joining
Thank you.
us.
Absolutely.
One of the top catchers in America tonight. He proved why and then some. 2 home runs tonight, first in the 3rd inning. And then the big one, and the blast will be heard all the way back to Conway.
Almost
the difference tonight.
Almost the same exact pitch, a little breaking ball in the zone, down, goes down and gets it, and right there, yeah, he said, hold on, I need to watch this one a little bit longer than I did that first one.
It was a brief hesitation, and then he realized, no, wait a second, this is a moment, this has the potential to be majestic, and it was.
Absolutely.
So the bracket looks like this as the 4th and final game concludes. The next day, Lance Cormier, and what a first day of Super Regional action it was, including the comeback in Corvallis, and then a couple of comebacks here on the plains of Auburn, Alabama.
Yeah, those first 2 games need to pick it up. They need to get a little tighter games, too many blowouts, but this was fun. Looking forward to tomorrow as we get the other ones, the other 4 games going. We got 8 games tomorrow. Going to be fun.
It is going to be an incredible day of college baseball. And we're going to find out if one team or more is ready to punch their ticket to the Men's College World Series in Omaha, Nebraska. We know this, the shots of Coastal Carolina, the Sun Belt champions, just 1 win away after this 7-6 victory over the number 4 national seed Auburn Tigers. And Caden Bodine, it doesn't get much more beautiful than that. The swing, the finish, and 7-6 our final score here on the Plains. For Lance Cormier, I'm Roy Philpott. We say good night from Auburn, Alabama.